But this is the life and suffering of Prince Jerian. You may remember, if you are a longtime Calacarungus, Stramungus, Fenungus, that we played, Sorry, Neil sent me my own stream. Thank you, Neil. That's beautiful. Back in the day, I played the Life and Suffering of Sir Bronte with Mocha, who unfortunately does not really stream anymore. However, Neil actually reached out to me and was like, hey, do you want to do a stream of Prince Jerian together? And for those who don't know, Neil is actually the one who told me about this series in the first place. I did not know what this was until Neil reached out to me a couple of years ago and was like, hey, this game is super fun. You should play it. And I said, okay, and then I did. And so things have just kind of turned out in a fantastic little way, where now it is time to kneel and suffer. And also a guy named Prince Jerian is there. And I'm gonna call Neil right now, and Neil will be here, and you'll say, oh my gosh, that's that Neil guy. Oh my gosh, it's that Neil guy.
Hello. It is I.
Yay!
Which I think the last time I ever joined a stream of yours as a guest was at like the very beginning.
It's been a
been
long
some
time.
years.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. Yeah, sorry, he came in a little loud. My bad. I had him turned up to 200%. Forgive me, please. My sins. I just really like to hear Neil. I like his voice. Sounds good.
Oh,
Yeah, I cranked that shit up. I'll put him up to 11.
Now I'll let you know that this morning I woke up and I was laying in bed. I'm like, I haven't been on the stream in a while. How do I reintroduce myself? How do I sell myself to these people that I'm going to be a worthy guest? After all, I have to follow up.
Okay.
I'm a replacement. You know, Mocha's not here, and I'm having to replace her. And we're playing a game series that I have loved for a very long time. It was a weird one that, you know, I played my first playthrough and then I immediately started my second, which I don't really do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of the same way. I usually do one playthrough of a game, and then I usually put them down. But there are a couple story games out there that really grip me. And I mean, with the Suffering games, they're hard. Like, getting a good ending is not, if there even really are like good endings to really get. I think that there's always some level of tragedy to the ending of these games, but like it's difficult. So like it really does incentivize multiple playthroughs, which I think is really cool.
I mean, it's not called the happy and good times.
It's not called the wonderful times of Jerian, the guy who's having an ice cream sundae on a good day with his good family who he loves.
Yeah. So I was thinking, like, so how do I reintroduce? And I think in the most proper aristocratic fashion, I will buy my friendship with your viewer.
Okay. All right.
Figured I would come in and hopefully I've timed this well. Shit, there's a there
it is. Oh my goodness. Little Mister has a real job over here.
I'm a kind of nobleman.
Wow.
I have purchased some friendship with the commons.
I see. Yes, a fine
suffer.
An infusion. Yes. So good. A patron. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Neil.
What can I say? I can't help but see the commoner's lot and feel the need to provide for them in our new age of progress.
Yes, they've lived by the lash, and now they'll get a little treat for their suffering. Yes, it's very nice. Yes, delicious. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Are you ready to? Now that we've had the joy and mirth of money? Are you ready to be sad? Are you ready to just watch a guy have like a real sad life?
I will. So going into this, what we are gonna do today, I will have some spoilers on. So I've been playing on my own, just so the audience is aware, and I will keep my opinions to myself of later events, but I will not be blind.
Okay, that's fine. I don't mind having a little guidance, a little hand holding, as long as I am free to accidentally make his life terrible. Now I try really hard. I tried really hard with my first boy Dizith Nut Bronte. I tried to give him a good life. I tried. It ended up not well. It wasn't the worst ending, I guess, but it wasn't good. It was pretty tough by the end of that. I think I got executed. I can't quite remember. It was a rebellion. Shit got pretty crazy.
Which path did you did the noble path, right?
Yeah, it was like I tried to do a combination of like a sort of like a kind noble. Like I tried to be sort of like for the people, but I didn't suck the public's dick quite enough, and so they did not like me enough to help really fight off the ending like fight that happens at the end of the game.
Yes.
So I did get like we ended up, I think it was like we ended up holding the city for a while, but I think it ended up falling. And I think
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I know that one.
Yeah, so it was a good hold. It like changes the empire. It's like a really big deal, but you and your city do kind of get destroyed. I did save the family though, which felt really good. I sent them off to fucking somewhere. I also saved the best friend. I love him so much. Tom? Is his name Tom?
Yeah, Thomas. I think.
Tomas?
Yeah.
Tomas. Yes, Tomas. Oh, Tomas, my beloved. Oh, I miss him to this day. Oh, I love Tomas. All right, well. Oh, hold on. Wait, I gotta get my rant. Oh, never mind. I still have a minute left. Never mind. It said claim your random emote. I was like, I want it now. There's a timer. Also, the symbol for the game on my desktop a little bit looks like a vagina. I don't know if you've noticed this.
Because it's the teardrop with a thing in it.
Yeah, it does. It looks a little
Yeah.
it looks a little vaginal.
House Tempest, they're the vaginal scions of the kingdom.
That's what they call. That's what they call them. They call them the.
That was actually my nickname in high school.
That was my nickname in high school. Yeah, they used to call me the Vagina Brigade. Oh, Brock, thank you so much for 100 days of not 100 days of Cal. Sorry, I fucking too many things. Thank you for 100 biddies. Let me eat them. Delicious. Oh, my game is too loud. Hold on, let me turn this down a little bit. Oh, look at him. He's so somber. He's so sad.
That's him. That's the Prince Jerian.
Oh my
I'm not sure if you knew that.
This
game is actually about this guy.
That guy right there?
Yeah, I know. It's hard to believe.
I went to go to my sound settings to turn the game down, and I typed in suffering into my fucking panel instead of sound, because I was reading the word suffering. It's like, oh yes, the suffering page. I need that. Here we go. Turn that down just a little smidgens.
He does have the Hamilton look about him, Sammy.
He does.
That is completely accurate.
Absolutely, he does. He's like Hamilton. Except, are we blue? Are we one of the blue people?
Hey, let's fucking go.
Tosca, didn't you just say you had a fucking car payment? You can't do that.
Another noble of the sword, I see.
Another noble of the sword come to give their kind patronage to my lowly last back. Thank you. And bows to you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Wow. Actually, let me read these out for Niels as well. Congratulations to Jimmy Two-Face, Dominic 6666, Cold Like Burr, Gopalil, and Mr. Disco. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs, Neil. Thank you to Brock for the 100 biddies, and congratulations to Ari, Sarum, your special crush, Alibaba, OMFG, it's Mr. Ducky, Perry, Dead Hitter 420, Docky, and Angel with a Shotgun. Thank you so much, Tosca, for the 9 gifted subs. You guys are fucking phenomenal. Thank you so much. I know, I gotta bring Neil around more. He brings the patronage. He brings the nobles. He's like a magnet.
Listen, I have many nights where, like, I knighted a bunch of people, so I have to have some sort of rank.
He's got some clout. No, never.
So to answer your question, yes. So this takes place. I think Jerian and Bronte are the same age.
Okay.
So like we are going into this from the opposite side of society. So we are gonna be an Archaean,
I think it's ARKNIAN.
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 And Jerian is born the same time that Bronte is.
Okay, so this is
technically
like
their
this is
stories are
concurrent.
parallel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Cool. I can't wait to have to be like, who's this fucking asshole over in this other place that's fucking with my stuff? Stop it. You stop it, you lowly rube. I actually don't even know where we are, but let's find out, shall we? Is there Yowie? There could be Yowie. Who knows? Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. Oh, we have to come up with a name for our man. Deezeth Not Bronte, fantastic name. Can't really top that. Jerian. Certain Jerian. Is Jerian the last name?
No.
Are we, so the life and suffering of Jerian is about our character, but we can name Jerian whatever we want?
Correct.
I see.
It will be explained very quickly.
Okay, fair enough.
But you are your name, it's similar to the first game where technically people will always call you Jerian instead of the actual thing.
Got you. Jerian Boylove is really funny. Slug my balls. I can't. Thine legume. I'm a big fan of
Garian.
I really like Garian. I really like the concept of having his birth name be Jerian, and then it just happens that whatever process the noble name comes about, it's like, oh, oh wow, it's really similar actually. It's actually not that different at all. I think we're going with Gary Ian. It's a two name, you know? His name is Gary Ian, whatever his last name is. I think that's a good one. GIF name. Yeah, seriously. Also, good morning to everyone. I know I didn't do my usual good mornings, but Neil is more important than all of you, so I will say hello to all of you after this segment. All my attention is on him and on Gary Ian.
You can't do that. That's gonna make them not like me.
No. They don't.
You know what you're doing to me.
No. See, I'm breeding jealousy. They'll want to be you. That's even better. You want them to pine for your position.
I see. Okay, we're taking that road to power.
Exactly. We're starting off bad. Let's see. The life and suffering of Prince Jerian is a game of choices and consequences. Every decision you make shapes the story, unlocking some paths and closing others. You will not always overcome the challenges you face, so be prepared to fail. I'm a Warhammer fan. I'll be fine. At times, the choice you want to make will be out of reach because you are not ready. Your strength is depleted, or you have bound the protagonist to a different fate. Neil, read this.
The world of the game will not bend to your wishes. If you want to leave your mark on the world, you must be ready to sacrifice, to surrender what you hold dear, to betray what is important to you. You will face difficult choices, and you will live with their consequences. Victory will not come easily. That is what gives it value.
Nah, it'll be fine. The life and suffering of Prince Jerian is a game about becoming a ruler, struggling for power, and fighting to change the future of your empire without abandoning your true self. Pain and suffering are part of this story. They help the protagonist grow and understand himself. Accept your weaknesses, your vulnerability, and your powerlessness, for they are all part of the plan. Live Prince Jerian's life so that in the end he may find purpose, if not happiness. Oh yes, I love the cutscenes in these games. Oh my god, a bell. We have one of those. That's crazy.
Sometimes I think about when I see things like someone's job was to animate one of those falling pieces of paper. That was probably like half a day.
Yeah, it probably was.
A lifetime flashes before my eyes.
Kind of reminds me of Frostpunk.
Who were these people to me? Who was I to them? What have we done? What have we accomplished?
It's not my house.
The life of my nation. They have become inextricably intertwined. But now the time has come to ask myself the truly important questions. Questions I must answer now, no matter how much I might want to hide from them.
Damn. He's a poet, and he knows it. Oh man, I love the way that this game sets its what would you call this? Like its UI is gorgeous. I love it so much. It's so good.
All right, we ready?
Oh god. Oh man, I'm stretching it out. Yeah. All right, you want to take this first?
Yeah. What was the purpose of your life? Everyone asks the question when their life is about to run its course. Be they emperor or slave, simply because their time is up.
Oh god. What was your purpose?
Hey, I know we're like both in our 20s, but what do you think your entire life's mission was?
I think my entire life mission was to one time in 6th grade, I tripped a kid, and I think that set them on a really good path. The rest of my life is ambivalent to the universe. They don't care. But that one tripping that I did, that kid, he's going places. This little Jerry Michael was his name, and he will be the president of the United States any day now. A look back, and it is only natural, for you will face the divine twins soon, and they will see you as you are. Their gaze is devoid of both judgment and love. You will be yet another dull, clueless mortal who accomplished nothing during his brief time in this world.
You started writing this book to work out just what your life was. What was the golden thread that pierced the disjointed moments and days together to form the tapestry of your fate? But now that book is almost finished. You still feel empty inside.
Maybe you got lost along the way. Maybe you took a wrong turn, made a bad decision, chose the wrong person, and all meaning simply vanished from your life, winked out of existence, evaporated like smoke drifting up from an extinguished candle.
Maybe you saved Scummed a lot just to get a good ending.
I would.
There's something that drives you and gives you the strength to fight. It spurs you to action, urges you to make sacrifices, achieve victories, and perform feats of valor, or back down and betray those who trusted you. This explains the way you lived and the decisions you made.
So, what is it? What is the one thing worth living for? Oh god, here we go. Okay.
Yeah, remember the first game started was like, you're a baby, who do you want to reach your hand out to? This one really comes out and just like, oh no, I guess the first game does start with a
They have kind of like a little, sort of like, who are you? I don't know. Duty, changing the world, love and affection, your own freedom and desires, your own greatness, or life has no meaning. Change the world, my final message. I think that I want to be someone who fundamentally can change what the sort of pre-established norm is. Hopefully for the better. I will take this world. I want to shape it into a fine clay ball from whence it was.
If you, an emperor, can't do it, it feels like that's a bit of great man theory, but also like, who else has got a chance?
Yeah, who else has got a chance? Not Bicky Bucky down by the business barn. He's fucking sweeping the ground. I don't know. I got people to sweep for me. I'm changing the world. I ain't got time to sweep.
The book lies open before you. You found the answer you were looking for.
Life has no meaning. Immediately turn on ultra hard mode. Enemies do 20% more damage.
It just actually loads Dark Souls.
It changes games on you. Life is nothing if you don't use it to change the world. Make your mark on it, or bring to life the ideas you believe in with all your heart. that inexhaustible desire to set the world in motion was the guiding thread that led you through life, one day at a time.
You will be remembered as a paragon of steely resolve, willing to sacrifice everything for the sake of your vision, for the sake of something you deemed to be right. You wanted the world to hear your truth, and it did. And that truth shook the world.
Hot dogs are not a sandwich. It shall be known throughout the lands. That's right.
Riots. Thousands dead.
The hot dog riots. It was all there, living in you, guiding you. It made you who you are and justified what you did.
So why can't you put the matter to rest and close the book? Haven't you found the words to speak before the everlasting throne?
You hesitate. Memories of things past flood your mind.
You recall the events, the faces, the smells, the flavors. A street right after rain. A patch of soft grass beneath your head. Horses neighing, the clamor of the crowd, the clashes of steel. A touch, another person's lips on yours.
Oh my God, that's so beautiful. If only it wasn't raining outside, and my head wasn't on the grass, and also there's a horse nearby, and there's a crowd. Oh, it's all happening at once. People are fighting. Ah, someone's touching me. It's too much. Cold, condemning silence, bitter disappointment, fear, madness, and passion. A weak glimmer of hope.
An average Tuesday. The past sweeps over you like a tide. You sit motionless, peering into your book. And what you could have done differently to be sure of your answers right now? What could you have done to avoid this fear and confusion?
Probably not much. Is changing the world really the true measure of a person's life? What if you missed something? What if there's something much more important than ambition, your personal vision, or the things you believe to be right?
You go back to the first page of your memoirs, scanning the lines in search of things you might have missed. It feels like your life is beginning anew. The book transports you back to the days before you were born.
Before I was burned, my skin! No, you got... Maybe... You're not ready to put it down yet. Aw. I like to think that he opens the book and then it's like the magic school bus or like the what is the magic tree house where you get like sucked into it and it like teleports you to the past. Click an unlock chapter view. Oh yes, that's right. I remember this. Okay, yeah. So for those who are uninitiated with the way that these games work, this is the timeline of our character. So we start in obscurity, we become the heir to something. Then the Great Censor, whatever that is, then the Creed, and then the Millennial Senate. These are basically the 5 big events that happen in our life that kind of segment it into different sections, which is how the game, I think, sort of changes things into chapters. So these are like the 5 quote-unquote chapters of our life. Ooh, year 1120, Chapter 1, Obscurity. It's called, with the biggest fucking manor house I've ever seen. Obscure my ass. Obscure my fucking ass.
Sammy, to answer your question, yes, both this game and Life and Suffering, the narrative device we are using is that you have written your life out, and whatever is about to kill you, whether you made it to the end and you're like an old man reading it, or they're gonna execute you in a minute, and you are just like really weird, like, could I have solved this somehow?
Is there some way I could have done that? Maybe I shouldn't have stabbed that man the other day. Shit, how do I... Oh, I just click, okay. Ooh, set us off.
Chapter stories. The key events in this chapter are tied together into stories. Your achievements and failures throughout these stories will shape your fate. To unlock an event, you must fulfill all the conditions and wait for the appropriate scene to occur. You are taking your first steps into a cold, unfamiliar world. Despite your this is actual narration now. Despite your tender age, you know almost nothing of affection, sympathy, or simple human touch.
You know nothing of affection. Wow.
Will you be able to find any of these things as you begin to venture out? Will you be able to make friends, find someone to teach you the ways of the world, secure your first victories, and learn what sort of fate awaits you? You will be able to stay true to yourself and carry the treasures of childhood throughout your life.
Yeah, probably. Oh, I see. Oh, phantoms? Oh, yes. Okay, this is another mechanic. So they show us things that can happen. So there's Gary Ian, which is awesome. You managed to preserve part of the person you were before your birth. Oh, weird. Teacher's pet. You lived up to your mentor's hopes by focusing on your future. Or unbreakable bond. You made real friends who will always be part of your life. And as you can see here, these have statuses. So if we want to have this unbreakable bond with these two characters, Emil and Martha, we need to make sure that they are alive and don't hate us, which makes sense. For Teacher's Pet, we need to just be really good in one category, it looks like, either management, scholarship, or diplomacy. And then we have to, I guess, either have unbreakable bond or sacrifice our sanity. That's I have no idea what that could even mean.
So if you mouse over to those little faces on the side of your screen,
these over
on the left side,
here. Chapter 1, chapter 5.
All the way to the bottom, the little chain.
Oh, sanity! A non-replenishable reserve of mental fortitude that allows you to act counter to your personality. Opens red locks. Oh my god! So are you telling me that you can do, like, you can break away from choices your character normally would do by, like, giving up a little bit of your sanity?
Yes. So there's two resources in this game. So there's your sanity, and then there's the legacy, which is the little, as we said earlier, vagina-looking thing.
Yeah, the vagina tree. The authority you enjoy as the Tempest Heir opens blue locks. Ice. A broken child? No!
So your sanity is your lives.
Okay, that makes sense.
But yes, sometimes red locks can be opened by spending a sanity. So if you don't meet the stat requirements, you can still spend sanity. Mm-hmm. And then blue locks, if you have the stats, the blue lock will be open, or you can spend Scion points.
Gotcha.
Which is the legacy.
Okay.
And then there will be gray locks, which you need, like, it's impossible to unlock. You need the condition for.
Got you. Okay. Gary Ian, 4 years old. Personality. The personality traits that determine the choices available to you. And then I guess we have, okay, so we're middle of the road in everything. We're a blank slate. We got blood,
Yes.
we got will, we got love, we got law, we got passion, we got logic. Make him a psychopath?
Yes. If you lose all your sanity, you die.
Yeah, you probably just, like, lose your fucking mind and, like, I don't know, jump off a too high pier. We got 5 blood, do you not? Okay, these are our skills.
When I go to donate blood and I feel my will increasing.
I feel so powerful. Oh no, you took 2. I need that. Wait. Apprentice, diplomacy, management, and scholarship. Okay. Chapter 1. Swoop. I actually love the, something I really appreciate about this game before we get started. I love all the little sound effects. They bring me great joy. I love the turning of the page sound effect. I love that when people are fighting, you hear, like, the clash of steel in the background, or, like, if it's like a table scene and you can hear, like plates being set. I love it. Adds so much for me. I really like it. All right.
Absolutely.
Do you want to start us off?
Sure. It is 11:20. The chapter, The Stranger. Your path lies across the colorful pattern of the carpet. You have to be very careful as to hop from one little island to another. A single misstep and you could tumble into a lake of lava. A menacing giant rises before you. He guards dusty old books during the day and watches you with glassy eyes at night. You creep by, trying not to wake him. Another hop. You're almost there.
Today, you'll make your way to the big unexplored wardrobe on the far side of the room. You're finally going to find out who lives there. Sometimes the wardrobe dweller makes the door creak, just a little. Some kind of shadow seems to flit through the depths of the great wooden box every time you walk by. And at nightfall, when you you can see the sun setting through your window. Something in the wardrobe shimmers, almost as though it's giving you a sign.
At last, you finally reach the wardrobe. The door is closed. Your mysterious roommate isn't making a creak or casting colorful spots along the wall. You wonder, if you can't see him, is he even really there? The handle is too high. You can barely, or so high, you can barely reach it. You stand on your tiptoes, straining for the handle. There! Now you just have to pull it down without letting go, and...
You think that there's a Jesus lion in here?
I beg your pardon. Oh, wait, no, okay.
From Narnia, yeah.
It took a second. The dots had to
Jesus lion, son of God. Ah, yes, of course. The door opens. You trip and fall face first into some heavy articles of clothing. The fabric is all so different to the touch, some of it scratchy, some smooth. Sneezing from the dust, you reach out to push the clothes apart and make your way deeper into the wardrobe. Someone stirs in the darkness. You freeze. Was it just a trick of the light?
The darkest dungeon, guys, just playing.
Oh,
Suddenly, a pair of eyes flash deep inside the wardrobe. The wardrobe dweller recoils, then steps forward, staring at you. Your heart feels like it's about to burst out of your chest.
Who is he? Oh, there's a fucking heartbeat. It scared the shit out of me. And what does he want with you? Why is he here? What if he creeps out of the wardrobe one day? What if he creeps right up to your bed when you're asleep? Your hands clench into fists.
The anger within you is at war with your curiosity. What does the wardrobe dweller want? Why is he hiding in the dark like this? Is he like you? Does he have any toys? Maybe a flute.
I'm gonna beat the fuck out of him and take his flute. Fuck this guy. Give me your flute! The stranger stares at you intently. There's something odd about the way he's acting. You should attack first and show him your strength. Seize the upper hand while you still can. Or would that be too risky? What if you fail to best him?
Hit the stranger or take a closer look.
So we lose logic but gain passion, or we lose passion and gain logic. You're going to be cautious and reasonable, avoiding a fight with someone who might prove stronger, or you will display courage and resolve, striking first before the stranger can do you any harm. I feel as though I would just be punching a mirror. I'm 90% sure it's a mirror, and I don't think I should punch a mirror. It would be funny though, but I don't think I need to punch a mirror. But I could punch it. Nah, I don't need to punch a mirror. I'm gonna take a closer look.
I think you should, because you're going to be talking as you.
Okay. You gingerly wave to the stranger.
Hello there.
He waves back.
He copies your movements perfectly. What if you make a silly face at the wardrobe dweller and he sticks his tongue out at you too?
So that's it. The stranger is your exact copy. He's you. You touch the cool, smooth surface that divides you. Your double reaches tentatively towards your outstretched hand. This is just like a common occurrence of like a cat looking in a mirror. This is exactly how it is for them too.
He's just like you, but there's something vaguely unsettling about him. His piercing gaze makes you shrink backwards. You are one and the same, yet somehow different at the same time.
You lean forward, waving your arms. The double copies your movements exactly. You seem to be able to control him. But what if he decides to act on his own one day?
You cast one last glance into the dark depths of the wardrobe before closing the door. The double keeps staring at you.
Ooh, I love that sound. Oh, it's been so long. Also, we're gonna keep consequences on. We didn't for Bronte, but for this game, they have it on like initially, which indicates to me that they want you to play with the consequences on, and then turning them off is like a greater challenge.
There's a lot more game in this game.
Yeah, I think with the other one, like while it was fun to do it without it, I do think that it made it almost impossible to win because we weren't really playing with the mechanics of the game so much more as just like guessing as we went. I think that having the consequences makes it a little bit more in our hands what happens as we go.
And let me tell you, even with these things on, you're still like, I made a joke about saves coming earlier. I replayed chapter 2 like 7 times because I kept getting angry at it.
You piece of shit.
Mainly just because my family was hard to manage.
Yeah, oh my god, look at the fucking you got what's the Habsburg jaw in the background back there?
Oh god, you're right. Yeah.
Holy shit. God, whose turn is it?
Oh, back to me. 11:22. Cornelius's guidance. This morning is just like all the others that have come before it. The air feels thick and stuffy, making it hard to breathe. The walls are slowly closing in on you. Yet another unbearable day locked in your room.
Ages ago, before you learned to walk, people used it to carry you around. All sorts of faces would float above you, speaking in high-pitched voices, frowning and smiling. They used to make pleasant noises at you, play with you, teach you how to talk, sing nursery rhymes. With them, you were allowed to laugh and cry, learn new things, expand your view of the world. But in the end, they always walked out of the door and disappeared, leaving you alone.
You know every little nook and cranny of this cursed room. Every single crack in the wooden furniture has been etched into your memory. The dusty smell of the heavy curtains on the windows permeates your entire being. You've explored everything there is to explore here. You've already memorized all the pictures in the books. There are lots of books in the room, but very few of them have pictures.
You hear footsteps in the hallway. Servants come and go every day, cleaning your room and feeding you. A stern nursemaid walks into the room with a bowl of porridge, seats you at your table, gives you a spoon, and sits down to wait. You've asked her over and over again to let you out, but she always says, "I can't. You have to stay in your room." But for how long? And why? No one will tell you.
You hear an unfamiliar commanding voice right outside your door. You don't know who it belongs to, but their order is to be obeyed at once. Door opens. You remain rooted to your spot, overwhelmed by the combination of impatience, curiosity, and fear.
As your guest steps over the threshold, you gasp in shock. You've never seen such a gigantic person before. And his skin is blue. And his eyes. The blue irises are so bright they seem to glow. That's when you realize that you've actually seen blue giants like this in your books, but you never thought they were real.
The visitor gives you an appraising look, and the intensity of his gaze and your rising anxiety gives you goosebumps. Why has this person come to see you? What does he want?
Morning, Catatonic and Rhodes High Star. Welcome on in. Aw, shit. It's fucking Cornelius Tempest. Do we want to do where we are purely trading off by page, or do we want to also assign characters?
We can assign characters.
Okay.
Would you fun?
Would you like to be Cornelius, or?
Sure. I can
Okay.
be Cornelius.
Corn it up.
Hello, child. My name is Cornelius, and I will be your mentor. Don't be disturbed by the color of my skin. I am Arkean. Blue blood flows through my veins.
Very little oxygen in those things.
You must have a lot of questions. I promise that they will be answered in due time. But for now, come with me.
Your palms grow sweaty, your heart pounding madly in your chest. Did this ARKNIAN just invite you to follow him? Are you really about to leave your prison? You quickly crawl down from the chair.
The nursemaid behind Cornelius clears her throat, then musters the courage to tell the Arkean that you aren't allowed to leave your room. Overcome by hope and anxiety, your mouth goes dry. You freeze in anticipation.
A shadow falls over Cornelius's face. The tension in the air grows palpable. He remains silent for a moment, then finally replies without turning to face the servant, his voice like ice.
I know the rules, and I say they no longer apply. Never see that you speak out of turn again. Come, boy.
The nursemaid gives you a silent bow, stepping aside. Your heart thrums with excitement. You hurry out of the room after your savior.
The hallway seems to stretch on forever. The windows are made of dozens of beautiful little pieces of glass forming intricate patterns. Outside, you see a marvelous garden. The carefully pruned topiaries and trees you've never seen before become a kaleidoscope of images flashing before your eyes.
Going from living in like a single room to being in a place with tinted windows and hedges and stuff would be very overwhelming for a 4-year-old. Yeah. It's like, oh God, colors! Ah! The sheer number of exciting things hidden beyond your door takes your breath away. There are strange objects everywhere, along with countless new scents and amazing colors. You touch the leg of a still white figure as you walk by. It feels smooth and cool to the touch. You have so much to learn and experience.
Oh, bother. As you round a corner, the floor rises upward. You find yourself in a spacious upstairs room with lots of doors. There are guards posted next to one of the doors with long velvety strips of cloth hanging to the sides. The strips have a winged silver serpent on them, twisting and baring its teeth.
As you approach the door, Cornelius, who has been silent all this time, turns to face you once more. For a second, he looks just like that serpent on the cloth strips, exuding the same aura of forbidding magnificence.
Listen closely now, child. I know that this is all new to you, but you'll have to work hard to come to grips with it all. Oh, damn, I'm going again. Sorry. You have a great future ahead of you. To meet it head on, you need to study. You need to gain experience. Stay focused. Get to know the world I've given you today. Live in it. I will help, and we will start right now. Come!
Cornelius lets you into the room, striding in confidently after you. The walls are covered with paintings of blue giants with real swords and shields hung between them. Countless tomes fill the bookshelves. The legs of the desks and chairs are decorated with ornate carved patterns. They look nothing like the ones in your bedroom.
A slightly older boy with a head of unruly brown curls is sitting in the far corner by the window, swinging his legs in boredom. When Cornelius guides you closer, the boy gives you a big grin and waves in greeting.
This is Ferdinand. He will be teaching you today. He'll help you learn everything he knows. Isn't that right, Ferdinand?
Oh boy, of course, teacher. As they say, your head is a vessel for knowledge, not just food. I'm sure we'll stuff his full.
He's Cockney. We're just gonna deal with it.
We don't know where he got it from.
Excellent. It's a high time the boy learned his words and numbers. Reading will allow him to explore the world through books, while arithmetic will teach his mind order and discipline. Pick one for today and study the chosen subject. I have business to attend to.
So to do this voice, I decided to close half of my mouth. And I'm like, this will be a fun accent to do. And I'm realizing this guy talks a lot. And man, I've probably made a poor choice.
Yeah, welcome to fucking dialogue-filled streaming. It's like that every time. You're like, I'm gonna pick a voice for this character. Oh no, they're a main character. Oh God. You hang on every word that comes out of your rescuer's mouth, still struggling to believe your good fortune. Cornelius suddenly leans toward you, putting his face right at your eye level.
Remember what I told you. Study, learn the ways of the world, and stay focused.
Cornelius gives you a final pat on the head and departs. Ferdinand doesn't waste any time grabbing your hand and giving it a firm, though not painful, squeeze. His face splits into a sneaky grin.
Why, hello there. It's nice to finally meet you. You must have been bored out of your mind in that room.
Stammering anxiously, you tell him that the loneliness of your room has been wearing on you, and you're glad to finally have something new to do.
I can imagine. You'd probably find, Iones. It's probably Iones. I think it's Iones. Iones, the Elder's Chronicles, exciting by this point. By the way, what's your name?
You look away embarrassed. No one has ever addressed you by a name before, so you find yourself at a loss for words. Ferdinand looks at you, perplexed.
They just kept him in a room with no name. Why did they Gollum this child? That's so sad.
You were making fun of this child for the obscurity heading.
Oh man. Yeah, obscure is apparently extremely correct. Very a horse with no name. I'm not a horse.
You know, there's a character from this one novel. Why don't I call you Gary Ian for now?
I'm sure you'll appreciate the irony when you're reading The Dueling Society.
You look away embarrassed. No one has ever addressed you by name before. So you find yourself at a loss for words. Oh wait, you went backwards.
I did go backwards, my bad. Here you go.
It's all good. You shrug indifferently, but agree. You have to repeat the new name to yourself quietly a couple times to make it stick.
Gary Ian, Jerry. Oh, wait a minute. Ferdinand puts 2 books full of big characters and pictures in front of you, but his face scrunches up in thought. He turns to look at the sunlit balcony visible through one of the windows.
Cornelius has a meeting with Archduke Monroe right now. I'd sure love to know what kinds of secrets they're telling each other, but this lesson... Say, what if we take a teeny tiny little sneak peek at what they're up to? You know, in case it's something really secret and important.
Textbooks lie open on the desk before Ferdinand, but his eyes keep straying to the balcony. Cornelius said that you need to study. You can't wait to make sense of all the squiggles you've seen in books. But Ferdinand's idea sounds just as tempting. Learn other people's secrets seems so exciting.
I do love secrets. So we would gain relationship with Ferdinand. We could get our management skill up, or we could get our scholarship skill up. I do like Ferdinand, but I feel like maybe the first action should not be to immediately go against what the guy asked us to do. But also, I do like Ferdinand.
That's crazy. You're locked in a room and this guy frees you, and then you're like, I want to go betray his trust immediately.
I'm immediately gonna go spy on you, I think. That's a good idea. Fuck you, old man. I hate math, so I'm gonna insist on reading. Math is hard.
You remind Ferdinand about what Cornelius had said. You were brought here to learn how to read, and that's what you're going to do. Ferdinand isn't particularly happy with your decision, but gets swept up in the lesson before long.
You take that back about math? Absolutely not. The book before you looks simpler than the ones you've perused in your room. Each page contains only one character with a picture next to it. Ferdinand explains that these are letters and teaches you how to combine them into symbols, which in turn form words.
Ferdinand teases you a little whenever you make mistakes, but it doesn't hurt your feelings. He has a little story to tell about every picture in the book. He knows so much. You want to be just like him when you grow up.
Aw. What color is math? Blue. What do you say? What do you say, Neil? What color is math?
Oh, geez.
Like if you had like a little folder.
I think it was yellow.
Interesting, yellow. See, yellow in my head is science.
Green. Green is science.
Green is history.
Red is history. This is a fascinating discussion.
It stems from Mocha, who I played the first game with. I think she has a whole channel in her Discord that's just called Math is Blue, because she's like, the folder of the math is blue, which I agree with. But history is yellow. History can be yellow. I think history being yellow is fine. Math is red. I agree with that. I think history can be green or yellow, but my science thing was yellow, so that means it must be. We're not doing this again. We'll do whatever the fuck I want.
Hey, you've got a healthy appetite for knowledge. I know a fellow bookworm when I see one. Let's try reading now, okay? Remember the scary creature on the banners out in the hallway? That is called a dragon. It's on the Tempest crest, and this is the first letter of the word.
Time flies as you look at the pictures, learning the first letter of this word and that. Cornelius comes back when it's already dark outside. You're proud to report that you've learned 10 whole letters. Woo! He nods, clearly pleased, and puts a hand on your shoulder.
Excellent. You're working at a good clip. Hopefully you'll be able to read by the end of the week. That is insane.
Yeah, that's insane, actually. Holy shit. You return to your room, warmed by the knowledge that this isn't forever. You're going to be able to learn new things every day. It feels like the fog is lifting from the world around you, and so everything suddenly has a reason, a meaning.
And that you make kids like education.
Yeah, you just lock them in a room for the first 4 years of their life, and then they're willing to do just about whatever.
Voltaire be like. But you still have so many questions. Just who is your strange savior? Why did he decide to break the rules and free you from a captivity? What does he really want from you?
I'm sure it's all good intentions. Aw, shit. I'm getting smart.
As they say, da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da. Oh,
We're
shit.
8.
Motherfucker, I'm 8 years old. Your day, 1124. Growing up. Your days feel like marbles rolling faster and faster across a wooden floor. Wow, that is exactly what it feels like as you get older and time starts to like shorten. Because that's like I was talking with Lainey about it the other day. I was like, man, a day feels like a couple of hours now, rather than like a full sort of cycle of my life. Does that make sense? Like when I was younger, a day was so big, but now a day is just like it's a couple hours.
It does. It's so funny how our minds work though, because you went to like that, and my brain took the meaning of like, I think that means your floor's slanted.
I think you might need to get one of those little bubble measure tools. I think you need some leveling to get done. That's fucking hilarious. It seems like just yesterday you were struggling to reach a book on a high shelf or give your toy soldiers a boat ride in one of your slippers. And now you're sitting on a hard bench behind your desk, gripping a thin, unwieldy quill pen with your ink-stained fingers.
Were you also ever did you have a boat toy and you put it in water and you watch it sink and you're like, that's not how that's supposed to work?
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
A lot has changed since you first met Ferdinand, and you're almost never alone now since Ferdinand isn't your only teacher. All of them are strict and demanding, but you always feel excited about your lessons. You finally have someone to talk to, someone to ask all the questions buzzing around the inside of your head.
Some tutors tell you all about stars and the laws of nature. Others read you legends of old. Ferdinand brings you picture books and big old maps that smell faintly of something sour. You're eager to learn as much as you can about this world, although your teachers never stray beyond the topic of their lesson, as though all other subjects have been cordoned off by some invisible line.
You study diligently without ever knowing why. Whenever you ask, the teachers avert their gaze. You've tried asking Cornelius, but even your mentor has no clear answer for you. He says the purpose of your efforts will be revealed to you later.
Be smart. Why? Just fucking do it. Don't ask questions. Just be smart.
I mean, this so
Okay.
far this man is a teacher.
Yeah, that is about how it goes.
Why do we have to learn the quadratic formula?
Because I said so.
Because I fucking said so. You grip the pen too hard in frustration and it snaps in your hand. When exactly is later? Still, you can't stay mad at Cornelius for long. His soft, slightly melancholy smile makes you feel all warm and happy inside.
I'm just adorable.
And look at him, he's so cute.
Cornelius is the only arcane you've met. One second. Got a bubble in my throat. You're always eager to see him and listen with bated breath to everything he has to say.
All right, before we continue, we do have an ad about to start, and I am out of coffee. So we'll take our first quick break here. We've got 3
I'm gonna
minutes.
go take my meds.
Yeah, do it up. We've got about 3 minutes of ads that are about to play, and I gotta grab a cat. I'm not gonna go on break. However, I no longer have wireless headphones, so I will not be able to hear you guys for a moment. I know that it's very hard for you. So I will have to take my headphones off for a moment. Just give me 1 second. Also, I like to think that this is the music that plays inside of Gary Ian's head at all times. He's just a happy little guy.
Okay guys, Cal can't hear us, let's discuss our war plans to take over his stream.
I have returned. Anyone there?
I have acquired Martin the Fartin.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, he's my sweet boy, my sweet, sweet mans. Oh,
I got a water.
oh,
I used the bathroom.
Martin.
I did all the things and more.
Oh, he's mad. Oh, he's so mad. Martin, please. Martin. Ooh. There, Martin. Oh, kisses. Thank you, Martin. Sweet boy. Oh my goodness. Oh, you haven't gotten to meet Martin. Next time you're up, you gotta come meet Martin. Oh no, you have.
Me? I did. When
You
we
did,
finished
actually,
when
I
we
think you're
finished
the-
Dragonlance.
Yeah, you are actually the first group of people to meet Martin.
Nice.
Never mind. He was so big. He's so big now. He's a big baby.
A large man.
A large man. You go. I don't remember who it is.
All right. As we were. Every day, a new door seems to open before you. Your world expands, becoming progressively more complex and nuanced. Little by little, you explore the halls and galleries of the place. The palace. You have no idea how vast it truly is.
It's astonishing how much the mere ability to leave the building has changed your life. The sky so endlessly high above you, the palace park with its pond round as a button, the rustling wind and the clouds. You cup little spots of sunlight in your palms. You sense that the world is kind and will always keep you safe, you thought, wrongly. The warmth makes you feel lazy and content. You squint up at the sun and pause to think about your future. What will it be like?
Ha ha. He doesn't know about the hardships and horrors of reality. Ha ha.
He doesn't know that he's in a game called The Life and Suffering of.
The future. The phrase feels solid and scratchy as you roll it around in your mouth. You can't wait for it to come. The world around you is enormous. You have to pry its secrets out one at a time. But there's no doubt that in your mind that one day it will all belong to you.
Ooh. Ba-da-da-ba.
Have some stats.
I love stats. I bloody love stats, mate. The last day of the week is for resting. So you set out to explore the palace grounds. Not far from the park, on the shady side, lies a large compound where servants live. You decide to take a closer look at it.
As you get closer, you notice a boy and a girl your age playing with a puppy. The furry creatures darting between the children, panting and trying to yank a stick out of their hands. The two keep tossing it to each other and laughing, but then they spot you.
Uh-oh.
All right, I think it's Emil and Martha. Do we want to be Emil or Martha?
That's a good question. Emil rhymes with Neil, so you should be Emil.
Hey, want to join us, your lordship? Come on, wait out, boy.
They must be the children of the palace staff. Their simple patched clothing is very different from your fashionable jacket, but nothing in their smiles indicates jealousy or resentment. The children look at you with curiosity. You approach them, suddenly shy, but trying not to show it. The puppy runs up to you and sniffs your foot.
Hey there, the name's Emil. It rhymes with Neil. And this is my friend Martha.
Hi, looks like Buster here likes you too. Wanna play with us?
You join them, your heart fluttering joylessly. Buster struggles in vain to catch the stick as the three of you pass it to each other. The park fills with peals of laugh and the dog's loud barking.
Martha fumbles. Martha fumbles her throw and drops the stick on the ground between you. Seeing his chance, the puppy rushes to claim his prize. Not so fast. You manage to grab his brown tail just in the nick of time.
A sharp pain suddenly pierces your hand. As you snatch it back, you realize that your sleeve is torn. There's red blood on your skin. Buster gives you the guiltiest look his puppy eyes are capable to convey. Look how horrifying that picture is.
I really don't like how... Stop warbling that eyeball, boy! My goodness! So scary. You feel his wet muzzle poking you as the puppy tries to lick the bite better. You don't hold this against him in the slightest. You scratch his ear, telling him it's okay. Not a big deal at all. I hate that this game is doing the whole children are innocent and beautiful. They're so kind. Watch the world destroy them.
A shadow falls upon you, speak of the devil.
Oh,
A
man.
lanky man with a bushy mustache towers over you and the other children. His sharp eyes zero in on your bleeding hand.
Oh God! The unsuspecting puppy is wagging his tail, excited to keep playing. Still silent, the stranger unsheathes his sword and runs Buster through in a single indifferent motion. The dog yips and starts wheezing, his paws scratching against the ground.
The puppy's big, wet eyes come to rest on you as the fear and pain in them fade to nothingness. The terrifying man stands there, watching you dispassionately. He calmly asks Emil and Martha not to hurt you, then flicks the blood from his sword and walks away. You hear him order a servant to have your wound treated.
Ah, no, my sweet boy. A lump rises in your throat. You clutch the puppy's limp little body close to your chest. Tears roll down your face as Martha's cries ring in your ears. Oh, not the puppy, but with the Emil and the Martha and then the asshole. Oh, he's such a cute dog, too. Look at him with his furry little paws. I'd be sad, too. Oh, man. That sucks.
Emil is frozen in impotent grief. Martha presses up against him, crying on his shoulder. How can you fix this? How can you take it all back? How did this happen? Buster never bit anyone.
It feels as though you've forgotten how to breathe. How could this have happened? If you'd never come here, the dog would still be alive. The thought burns like fire, and you can't seem to stop your tears. The boy and the girl kneel down next to you, petting their dead friend.
For a while, the only sound that breaks the silence is your quiet sobbing. You force out a shaky,
Sorry.
"This feels like your fault." Eventually, Martha stands up, wiping her face on the dirty hem of her dress.
Let's go to the temple. The twins will help us.
You ask if they are really going to give the puppy a new life.
No, the gods don't grant rebirths to animals, but they help us cope with the pain and set us on the right path. Haven't you ever been to the temple?
You shake your head and ask them to tell you about the twins.
The elder gives us his love, while the younger makes sure everyone follows the rules. Come see for yourself. The temple isn't far.
Neil and Martha grab your hands and start dragging you somewhere. Before long, you see a beautiful building decorated with carved stone pillars. This must be the Temple of the Twins. Maybe if you tell the gods about what just happened, you'll feel better.
There are two big statues right after you walk in. You can't miss them. They're the twins. The elder has a lash and the younger a sword. I always tell the elder about my troubles and mistakes so he'll wrap me up in his love.
I think you should talk to the younger. He's fair. He'll tell you if it's really your fault or not. If you're guilty, just accept it. His punishment, and you'll feel better.
Pick one of them. Go ahead. We'll wait here for a bit.
Your mouth goes dry from the trepidation as you walk up the grand staircase. All you see is the wheezing dog dying because of you. Which of the gods will you approach? The ones who will console you, or the one that will assess your guilt?
Lock of Fate. Mouse over the Lock of Fate to view its requirements. If the requirements are not met, the Lock of Fate will be locked. A locked Lock of Fate cannot be opened. Oh, but because we are scholarly, we can approach each. Well, might as well. The temple is mesmerizing in its vastness. Curiosity dulls your pain for a moment. You want to learn a little bit about the mystery in which these statues of the gods are shrouded. You decide to approach each of them in turn.
You take several steps towards the figure of the elder, who is gripping a lash.
An unfamiliar feeling washes over you like a wave. You realize that you are not alone anymore, and that's not all. You never have been, and you never will be. Divine grace fills your heart, and you begin to breathe easy. It's as though you're one with the entire world.
The elder's eyes bathe you in care, tenderness, and compassion. You're part of a great plan, a united family living in this eternal bliss. Your mind grows clear, filling with joy. The sorrow you felt dissolves in a love that knows neither blame nor judgment.
Man, imagine living in a world where religion was just real. That'd be nice. It's like, oh yeah, this is the statue that makes you feel really cool if you look at it. This is the statue that makes you feel like shit. You want to stay here.
I think you can still achieve that in our world.
I guess that's true. You want to stay here, floating on this cloud of love, but your curiosity urges you to move on. What is the other god like? The one that holds a sword. You tear yourself away from the statue of the elder and approach the younger.
The figure holding a sword gives you a stern look. Cold, merciless bright light fills the temple, exposing things and actions for what they truly are. No secret can hide from the younger's gaze. Mortal trappings blown away. Your bare soul faces divine judgment.
Jerona! The younger looks at you and finds you blameless. A dog is nothing before the law of the twins. The true shape of things becomes clear to you. It now seems obvious that you've committed no crime. Your soul seems to unfurl, freed of its heavy burden.
Your mind grows clear, your limbs feel light. Ever curious, you look up at the high arching ceiling of the temple. Is there anything above the two gods? Is there something besides them?
You think you see some kind of shadow lurking up there, but then you get dizzy and have to lower your gaze. The world is so full of wonder. That's interesting. That's an interesting implication. The world is so full of wonders. You've looked into the faces of gods and come to know them. This thought fills you with power and joy.
You expect to see Emil and Martha as you exit the temple, but they've already left to bury the puppy. You make a promise to look for them and tell them what happened in the temple.
You feel a sort of kinship with your new friends. Something important that's hard to put into words. You'll be sure to find them. You will meet them again. Yippee!
Ba-ba-da-bum.
Ba-ba-da-bum. Aw, shit. 1 year later.
$11.25. The Lotless.
Oh, fuck.
Every day after lessons, you take a walk in the park, but for the past week, you've been playing alone. Emil and Martha haven't come out. You scold yourself for never having found out where they actually live. The moment you see them again, you'll be sure to invite yourself over. You know, the polite thing to do.
Yeah. Hey, guys. The column of light connecting the ground to the sky draws your eye. Emil told you that it is the shining pillar. Atop that pillar is the seat of the twins, from which they can see absolutely everything. Neither a closed door nor a closed heart can hide anything from their gaze. Could you ask the gods what happened to your friends? Would they deign to respond?
Emil's voice suddenly rings out. Finally, you rush toward your friend, asking them where they went. Hi, Jerian! Martha and I just went through the rite of sacrament. We got our lots in the Temple of the Twins, and well, we had to stay home for a couple days.
The sacrament? Lots? You've never heard of these things before. You ask your friends to tell you more. Why, you don't know? Didn't your parents tell you? The twins gave people 3 lots in life. Anyone who defies their lot is doomed to eternal suffering at the foot of the shining pillar when they die.
Martha suddenly starts to sing, tapping her foot in time with the beat, a carefree smile on her face.
When the twins came down to earth, they brought lots for every birth. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3. My baby don't mess around because he loved me so. The twins made them for you and me. Nobles rule and bravely fight. They protect us with their might. Priests work hard to understand. Guide us by the twins' commands. Common people work and toil, always patient, never spoiled.
Live your lot where you were born, to the day when you pass on. Know your lot and know the prayer, for the twins see everywhere.
It sounds like your friends have been told how they should live their lives from this point on. They've been shown a path they can follow without having to think. You ask them what happens when someone receives their lot during the sacrament.
Emil pauses to think, looking away. Then he just turns around and hikes up the back of his shirt. A wide red scar runs across Emil's scrawny back.
Oh, I hate to see that. Look how they massacred my boy. Oh. She's like, ha, look at this. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. It's just a lashing for the lowborn, because their lot in life is to work, endure, and suffer. It hurts to move at first, so Emil and I stayed home. The scar will serve as a reminder to us. Oh, don't look like that. Having a lot is really important. Everybody suffers, but at least now our pain will have a purpose. It brings us closer to the twins.
I like that it's my lot to work. The gods were really smart when they gave us the lots. Working can be nice, especially when you're good at something, and all our hard work will be rewarded by bliss at the peak of the shining pillar.
The claw. Your friend's humble glee makes jealousy claw at you at your insides. You ask if everyone has a lot.
I will say, like, if you had no idea about this system and like you walked to school one day and like, yeah, we all got beat the shit out of. Isn't that awesome? That would be like whiplashing.
Lazarus? It would be. I understand like the jealousy of like, even though obviously it would hurt. It's like, well, why I thought everyone did it. I didn't get one. Why don't I get one? Where's my lashing?
Yeah, no one's beaten me up yet.
I'm not even beat.
Of course, the twins assign a lot to every single person. How somebody live without knowing who they are and what they're born for? Emil suddenly microaggressioning you without realizing it. If you don't know your lot, you could violate it without even realizing and be doomed to eternal suffering at the foot of the pillar. There's just no anointing for that kind of failure.
That's why you have the sacrament when you're a kid, so you can know your fate and your place in the world as soon as possible. So when are you gonna have yours?
You shuffle your feet, feeling self-conscious. There's nothing for you to say.
Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Emil and Martha's parents told them about the lots. The only people you could ask about yours are Cornelius and Ferdinand. Will they answer? Why are you so different? Why is your destiny still so vague?
Amelia and Martha notice your confusion, but can only shrug. A discomforting weight presses down on you. You decide to leave. You say goodbye, then trudge back to your room to spend some time alone.
You feel lost. You wonder which world you really belong to. The cold austerity of the palace, the lessons with Ferdinand and Cornelius, it's all preparing you for something important, something much bigger than yourself.
Your mentor said you had to study so you could be ready when he needed you. But when will that time come? What do you need to get ready for? The questions just keep piling up.
That's like 2 whole questions. Emil and Martha are so genuine, so open-hearted. It seems like they're willing to accept you as one of their own. They make you feel warm and happy inside without asking for anything in return. But you're not like them. Where exactly do you belong?
No one else has to wonder about their fate or their purpose in life. Everyone else has all the answers ready for them the moment they're born. But not you. It seems like you have to choose your own path and face the consequences.
Ah, shit. You toss and turn, the little song about lots stuck in your head. Sleep eludes you, just like the answers to all your questions. A single word keeps echoing in your mind. Lotless. Aw, shit. Dude, we're about to be a freaking scholarly adept.
At 9.
At 9. That's already past where I'm at.
11:25. One's lot. The whole family is gathered around the table. It's Martha's family, but they don't make you feel like an outsider.
Aw. This isn't your first dinner with them. At first, they welcomed you into their home with caution, even trepidation. But they opened up eventually, offering genuinely happy smiles, asking involved questions, and showing you what hearth and home really feel like.
They've gotten used to you, and you like coming here. It's nice and cozy. You enjoy the quiet affection Martha's parents share, their warmth and acceptance, the feeling of kinship they inspire in you. This place makes you forget that you're different, without parents or a lot.
The juicy slab of meat on your plate smells of cloves and cilantro. I got the soap gene, I can't eat that. Even though Martha's family are commoners, they are by no means poor. Her father is a servant at the palace, so he earns a decent salary. Martha's mother says the dish is a family recipe, passed down to her from her grandmother. All Moritz women know it.
Martha's mother goes on to say that even when a woman marries into another family and takes her husband's name, a little something from her birth family stays with her. This might be a metaphor for other things. She goes by Peters now, but Martha's mother still keeps the special Moritz recipe alive to pass it down to her daughter one day. There will come a time when Martha will change her last name too, but she'll still make this recipe for her husband and remember her mother.
You thank the woman for the food, telling her how delicious it is, but your mind is elsewhere. Why does everyone have a last name but you? Why don't you have anyone to teach you family traditions or pass your ancestors' wisdom down to you?
Martha's father, a short balding man, asks you and Martha about your day. He's soft-spoken, his eyes look a bit sad and tired. You tell him you've been teaching Martha to read. Pleasantly surprised, he offers to lend you one of his books. As described, he has a modest library at home.
Yippee! Martha's mother is trying to talk you into having seconds when you hear heavy footsteps outside the door. Martha's father suddenly looks worried. Ducking under the doorway, a stranger enters the room without so much as a knock. He's elegant and finely dressed, with pale blue skin and smoldering eyes. Everyone gets up from their chairs, the conversation abandoned. You're so startled you almost drop your napkin.
You notice the tense line of Martha's father's shoulders. Her mother's knuckles turn white as she clutches the hem of her dress. Martha casts you a frightened glance, but you look down a moment later when the ARKNIAN comes closer. The newcomer takes a seat at the table, a sinister smile slithering across his face.
Ooh, Tarquinius Melanidus.
Melanidus is the last name. We've met them in the other game.
Correct.
Head of
He's
great-
they're the Archduke of
Yes.
where
Magra is
Oh,
where
what's the
you
name
are
of
in the
the
first
city?
game, right?
yes.
Yeah.
What's the name of
Yeah, he's the one who sends the army after you at the end of the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought so. I knew a I knew a Melanidus in college. Was he also blue and an asshole? I'll take this guy.
Sure.
Please pardon the intrusion. I couldn't help but notice the enticing smell of your feast from outside. I suppose we have the lady of the house to thank for this sumptuous repast.
Martha's mother nods and murmurs her thanks, her eyes strain on the floor. The entire family stands tense and silent, darting meek looks at their late-night visitor.
You've done quite well. Diligence and hard work paved the path to bliss for people like you. Yet those who grow lazy or simply lack the skill are doomed to a very different fate. But, where are my manners? There's no need to stand, my gracious host. Please, sit with me.
The stranger's words are sickeningly polite, but his voice has a steely ring to it. Martha's father sits down cautiously, thanking the visitor for this honor. His wife heads to the kitchen, still glaring at the nobleman as though he were a savage beast.
They do a really good job of making the noble class so scary for common folk, because there's no like, what do you call there's nothing you can do. You can't defend yourself at all. They just kind of own you in these moments. It's super scary. The lady of the house comes back and puts a plate of food in front of the ARKNIAN, along with a knife and a two-pronged carving fork. She apologizes for receiving such a distinguished guest in such unbecoming poverty, then gives him a low bow and asks him to deign to sample this humble meal.
The visitor cuts the meat unhurriedly. Pinkish juices pool on the platter. The Arcane turns to face the man of the house.
You are right-handed, aren't you?
And stabs his fork right through the lord-born man's left hand.
Look at him. He looks so happy about it too. He looks so
Also,
pleased.
He has a knife. Like, he's cutting the meat.
Oh, what a
And
dick! Yeah.
the fork.
What a fucking douche. Blood splatters on the tablecloth. The fork has gone clean through the man's hand, pinning it to the wood. You hear a dropped cup shatter on the floor. His face a pale white. Martha's father shakes like a leaf, but somehow keeps from crying out.
His wife makes an aborted motion to come to his side, but then she looks away and stays put. Everyone bites their lips to keep silent. The only sound in the room are the father's quiet whimpers as he pleads for forgiveness. The visitor continues in a patronizing tone.
As you can see, a job poorly done brings suffering both in life and the hereafter. The Blue Book preserves the great legacy of the Melanidases. You missed a word while transcribing it. A heinous offense. To labor is your lot, so you must do it well.
Martha's father nods over and over, groveling and promising to correct his mistake. Martha's mother offers to serve the nobleman the good wine they keep for special occasions. This is the least she can do, given that such an important guest has graced their home with his presence.
Oh, I wouldn't mind some wine, but spare me your groveling. My visit is a matter of necessity. My true interest has nothing to do with your husband's misdeed, so be silent. You, girl, bring us the wine in 2 clean glasses.
With a quick curtsy, Martha hurries back carrying a dusty old bottle and 2 wine glasses. With that done, she returns to her mother's side, by the table, and averts her gaze meekly. You wonder what's going to happen next. Suddenly, the visitor turns to you.
You don't belong here, boy. You should spend more time in the company of nobles. These humans are weak, subservient cattle. All they can teach you is obedience and servitude. Have you already forgotten your guests, my gracious host?
Martha's father serves the wine, his right hand trembling. His left is still pinned to the table,
Oh God.
and his lips have not lost their pallor. He spills several large drops on the tablecloths. Forcing out a smile through the pain, he murmurs obstinate words of gratitude to his guest. He has learned a valuable lesson and feels greatly honored by the visit. The sight is so humiliating, you can't help but cringe.
Did not think that cringe would be in this game. Just the word cringe. I associate it so highly with like newfound lingo.
It was so funny because this morning I saw something about like calling someone a Nimrod is referring to a character in the Bible, right? Like the great
Yes.
hunter Nimrod. But Bugs Bunny using it to make fun of someone has changed the meaning of the word completely.
Bugs Bunny is the reason why it's considered an insult. It's like Nimrod, a name known for like a lot of human history, and then Bugs Bunny shows up and makes it an insult. One of the most Bugs Bunny fucking things you can do. Hilarious.
Words are wild.
Words are wild. Did you know there's a thing called I think it's called like the Tiffany paradox or something like that? Because the name Tiffany, we in modern time associate it with modern language. We almost associate it with like vapidness, with the way that it pops up in stories within the last 100 years. But Tiffany is a name that is like dates back to like the 1200s. Like it's like an insanely old classical name. But over time, it has changed to be sort of seen completely differently, which is really interesting.
That is wild.
Personally, I think Pickle Rick is one of the funniest things you can do. Pickle Rick! What are national runes? That's the U.S. national debt. What could these people possibly have to teach you? To serve others? Apologize? Since Cornelius let you out of your shell so soon, you ought to stay with your equals, not lower yourself to the level of this common riffraff. The strong will elevate you, while the weak will render you just as insignificant as they are.
Man never takes his eyes off of you, as if the others don't exist. He offers you one of the ruby red glasses. Hey, 9-year-old, have some alcohol.
Have some wine. To the power of the ARKNIAN houses, and to your grand future. Drink with me, and never set foot in this hall again.
Arcane watches you expectantly. Toasting with him would be your first step into the great world of the ARKNIANS. But it is a future worth betraying your friends for? Or maybe you're reckless enough to argue with this power visitor on behalf of the poor owners of this house.
Because we don't have the relationship or the diplomacy.
Yeah, well, no, so that's what you would get.
Oh,
You can't do it because
passion.
you don't have the passion.
I see, we're not passionate enough. I think you can suck my dick. You frown and push the glass aside, holding the man's gaze all the while. The visitor's eyes narrow into slits, his lips pull back into a sneer. Such charming, foolish impertinence. It clearly runs in the family.
Daintily wiping his mouth with a napkin, the visitor stands up and leaves without saying another word. The silence in the room feels oppressive. Finally, the lady of the house shakes off her stupor and hurries to her husband's aid.
This is the signal that sets the entire room in motion. Martha's mother bandages her husband's wound. The family either can't bear to look at you or is too busy trying to restore the shattered peace of their home.
You pick up your dinner where you left off, but the friendly atmosphere from before is gone. Everyone feels crushed by what happened. The rest of the meal is tense and silent.
Nobody runs in my family. Me neither. Martha, we're natural-born sprinters. Martha grabs your hand under the table, where her parents can't see. Her grip is firm and warm. You squeeze her hand back, your breath caught in your throat. Yay! I love friendship. There's a part of me that's like, nah, I'll go with the nobles this time. I can't do it. I hate them so much. They're so annoying.
I replayed Cerbrante several times. I've done the path for each of like the revolutionary poor endings.
Yep.
I've never once been like, I'm gonna work with the nobility to oppress the people.
The nobility is just so cartoonishly oppressive. They're so evil that it's like, no, No, I can't fuck with you. Like, I think that not all of you are the worst person ever. I think some of you are just in a position of power that you were kind of like slotted into, but some of you are just fucking pricks, and I hate you.
And this game does have moments where it's better, but it's the thing of like, every time like the nobilities are like, I'm like, all right, I need to start getting my things of the nobility. Like, they'll be like, I'm not able to hunt in my ancestral lands anymore. I'm like, this. If I support this because it's your rights and tradition, that feels so bad. And given like we live in a modern context where, that always seems just the dumbest reason.
Right, but it's so important to them. Like the lineage of family and whatnot is such a big deal. It's not really something that I think runs the same in modern day, like comparatively to the sort of time frame that this is based off of. I'll just get my glasses here. The ARKNIAN Herald, issue 106.
The entire city of Adria is buzzing today. Every street and every house suffused with festive anticipation. The bustling crowds are congregating at the city center. Many have come to our capital from afar to watch the annual military parade and see the academy graduates take their vows. Back to you.
Thank you, Jim. Eterna can seem overwhelming on your first visit if you're used to the sleepy pace of the provinces. The air here is intoxicating. It makes you dizzy, as if you were high in the mountains. Eterna doesn't flirt with you, it assaults your senses, using all weapons at its disposal. Back to you, Jim.
The streets are decorated with lanterns and wreaths, Harold. The crowd of humans arcanes in the front of the main square look like an endless ocean. His Imperial Majesty, Uther Tempest II, sits in the stands in front of the Academy, observing his countless subjects with august poise.
The Supreme Sovereign and his court watch the Imperial Cavalry march across the pavement. Thoroughbreds walk in orderly rows, their gait prancing, but perfectly contained. Their riders' polished armor glints in the sun like jewels as their banners flutter in the wind.
Finally, all eyes are drawn to a single figure in the stands that seems to glow with a glorious radiance. The people in the crowd crane their necks to get a better look at the blessed face of the Emperor, the supreme ruler and protector of everything under the sun.
The Emperor watches his marching troops with calm dignity. The elite regiments line up on the square, and then the graduates of the military academy step forward. They draw their swords as one, and recite the sacred words of their oath, swearing allegiance to His Majesty.
The Emperor listens to their vows before standing unhurriedly and lifting his hand in a welcoming gesture. Silence descends upon the square in an instant. Even the horses dare not utter a single sound, the stones and trees hanging upon the Emperor's every word.
The Emperor accepts the oath. He says that today marks the beginning of their path to glory. The graduates of the military academy are the first to be granted the right to serve in the Imperial Guard on par with ARKNIANS. May they not tarnish the honor that comes with their lofty rank.
I think the Pores are gonna do just fine this time, Harold. The Emperor raises his voice to declare that this pledge is a sign of great trust for both from the Empire and him personally. His Majesty expects the new recruits to serve him faithfully and never disappoint him.
Each province is home to thousands upon thousands of subjects. Only part of the great Imperial army has gathered here today. The Empire is colossal, all-encompassing. No human or ARKNIAN can fully comprehend its size.
We all bow before a single man, every aspect of our lives controlled exclusively by him. Emperor Tempest II, anointed to reign by the twins themselves.
Sounded like there was a little opinion in there, Jim.
What can I say, Harold? I'm a loyal man. My wife and children are happily safe at home.
That's beautiful, Jim.
I feel more equal. Don't you, Harold? Oh, yeah.
I feel so equal right now. I feel like the elitism of our land has gone down by exactly one notch.
Anyway, here comes Dumbo. What a parade.
Wow, folks, it's beautiful. You want to take this?
Sure. 1127. The past, the present, and I dare say, and the future. You sit at your desk, scratching the wooden surface. The apple trees in the park are in bloom, filling the classroom with sweet fragrance. Time seems to float like molasses. Ferdinand is twirling his curly locks around a finger, his cheek propped on a fist. Your mentor's eyes are trained on you two as he paces the classroom. His voice fills the space around you.
The blessed Arcadian Empire stretches from one sea to another in all cardinal directions. There are no countries or peoples aside from the Archaeans and humans who live under the twins' protection. Archaeans are different from humans in many ways, including our blue blood, which gives our skin its distinctive hue, our superior strength, and our longer lifespans. Archaeans were the ones who laid the groundwork for the Empire. The humans we subjugated then assimilated into our culture and learned to live by our laws. The humans who submitted themselves to Archaean authority, working their way up from slaves and peasants to guild masters, scientists, and even nobility.
How do you suppose ARKNIANS would get along without humans? They'd probably just languish over their genealogy records and look to the past for their answers. They'd never know the wonders of technological and scientific progress that humans have pioneered.
There's some truth to your words, but we are talking about Archaeans today. The Empire rules supreme over the entire world. That said, some Archaean families hold a great deal of power as well. We call those families the Great Houses. Only someone from a great house can receive the title of Overseer from the Emperor and rule one of the 8 provinces the Empire is divided into. The Empire's ruling dynasty is House Tempest, and the Tempests reign supreme over all other great houses in all manners at all times.
I'm sure the previous ruling dynasty of the ARKNIANS thought the same thing until the Great Houses cut their reign short.
Cornelius's face darkens, but he chooses to ignore the barb. Then your mentor continues. His voice sounds even firmer than before. Good direction, okay.
The throne was granted to the Tempests by the twins.
They bring the gods' love, law, and will to the people of this world. And now I'm going to explain the relationships between the Tempests and the rest of the great houses. The peace in our blessed empire depends on the balancing of the agendas of various bloodlines. The ability to negotiate with them all is paramount and important.
Mentor, all this talk about Arcnian society is like sleeping drops to us. Why don't you tell us something that's actually interesting? For instance, why do my lands have a sizable tax imposed on them while those belonging to Arcnians do not? And why do I have to waste money on maintaining a garrison if the Empire's enemies are long gone?
You've come of age, Ferdinand. You have a title on your own lands now. I see you are eager to prove yourself a talented ruler. But every ambitious noble needs to understand the inner workings of the great houses and how they affect the overall political landscape. And so I shall continue.
Back me up here, Jerian. We need to stop digging around in the past and learn something that could actually impact our lives. Our future depends on the things we study right now.
Do you agree with Ferdinand? Would you rather focus on matters of imperial governance than delve into the subtleties of Archaean diplomacy? Or is there perhaps a subject that would capture everyone's attention and bring their argument to a close?
Come on, I'm so learned. Yeah! I'm so learned! Something I love about this game is that when you get something unlocked, you get more stats. Like it kind of, rolls into better rolls the more you kind of press into a thing, which I really like.
And I'll say about this one is because you're dealing with, like, you have your stats like scholarship and stuff, but you also have your personality.
Yeah.
Because personality is just a binary, like you have either logic or you have passion.
Yeah.
Like there were sometimes in Bronte where you're like, well, I did mid-max scholarship, so I guess the super cool option will forever be locked.
Right.
Where in this, it feels a lot better. Like all the times when like there's a stat check, you can spend your legacy points to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Where your personality, because it's a binary, is like, you're right. I would not have, like, I'm not a passionate person, so I just wouldn't think to do that. That makes
Right.
sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I can already kind of feel that as we go. We also will raise up in scholarship here, which is really good.
Hit our 5.
The tension between Cornelius and Ferdinand is almost palpable. But remembering how passionate they both are about progress, you ask your mentor to outline how the Empire has changed in recent years. Ferdinand nods enthusiastically, and you see a spark of interest in Cornelius's eyes as well.
There have been many changes since the Tarquinius Mandillus left the post of the Great Chancellor. The Empire relies on humans much more these days. The new laws have given low-born people a degree of freedom, which has led to an upswing in technological advancement. Humans have occasionally managed to make breakthroughs in agriculture, metallurgy, and construction despite their short lifespans.
I love how you started reading, oh yeah, they have a new degree of freedom and technological advancement. I look over to the right and there is a child worker with a broken arm still at work. Like, poor
Yeah,
kid.
the children, they yearn for the mine.
They yearn for the mine. Look, he's allowed to work while being injured. Usually they'd have to be forced to stay home. He's so free right now.
A right to work.
Ferdinand joins in enthusiastically. It's clear that he finds this topic pleasant and interesting. Humans changed a lot once they were given the opportunity. The invention of gunpowder 2 years ago opened up new horizons in mining. The rate at which silver and other metals are mined has increased by leaps and bounds.
The conversation flows easily. The recent tension is completely gone now. You spend the day discussing various new developments and ideas that hold great potential for the Empire. As you say goodbye, your mentor puts a hand on your shoulder.
I'm happy to see you being so proactive. You need to understand that the current workings of the Empire, it's absolutely critical for your future.
You keep thinking about his words once you're left to your own devices. What exactly is your place in this power structure? And more importantly, why do people refuse to tell you? Aw, shit! We're adept, baby! Ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh, and we got a relationship with both of them, which makes me very happy. El Bere. "12 years of age. Aw, shit, guess I picked the right voice.
Heretics in high places. An unsealed letter to be delivered via third-class mail to Marcus the blacksmith at the utmost house of the Baron Elborn's estate, Anzat.
Oh my god, Anizat, Baron Elborn, I know those guys. My dear friend, I hope this letter finds you well. Remember how happy you all were when we learned I was posted to the capital? It was like I'd won a prize at the fair. I thought the gods had finally smiled upon me. Well, it turns out that serving the court isn't exactly a bed of roses.
I spend my days sitting in a huge chamber with other bookkeepers. We check and double check the treasury's expenditures as though they were some hope of finding money that isn't there. You tear a piece of paper with your quill, and the chief bookkeeper roars like a wounded moose. There's moose in this world.
I guess
He
so.
might give you a box on the ear as though you were a schoolboy.
We all sleep in the same room, and they say whoever gets past the first probationary year will be transferred to the palace grounds and even allowed to start a family. I'm just worried they'll replace all the servants with someone more well-mannered and nicer for the ARKNIANS to look at. There are rumors. They treat us like garden tools. All they care about is that you do your job and don't cause any trouble.
I haven't seen our good lords even once. Probably too busy comparing their magnificent family trees or dusting off the heirlooms that they're so enamored with. Well, I did bump into a delegation on my way out of the palace once. Barely had time to hide behind a corner to keep out of their sight.
The procession looked very nice, all white horses and carriages, but the ARKNIANS who arrived were way too straight-laced and wore strange, long robes. They say it was Luke, the Patriarch of Arknia,
on his way to a meeting with Unius Diamond, the head of the Estinian Church.
Both Luke and Eunice are up to some strange business that sounds almost like heresy. People say they followed in the partition Fotis' footsteps and have abandoned Astenius' teachings. Apparently they don't follow the lots. They reinterpret the scriptures. They even let commoners read holy books.
Ugh. What is this, the Protestant Reformation? And, like all rot, that pestilence makes its way down to us low-born folk. Even when the higher-ups remind the youngsters about their lot, they just smirk when they think no one's looking. Someone really needs to put the fear of the gods into them. It's so bad I once saw someone reading the Holy Scriptures at night. He stashed the book and tried to convince me he'd just taken his work to bed with him. Likely story.
Food's not great here either. We had fish soup yesterday. Can't really call it a chowder since there's barely any trace of the fish left in the broth. That's to be expected, I guess. They say all those factories have polluted the river in Eterna, and beyond recognition, in Treya. Eternia? Eternia.
I think it's Eterna.
Eterna? No good fish to be found there now. The good lords and ladies must have delivered it in ice or something. We get fish gut soup.
I miss you, my friend. I know life can get hectic, but please remember to write back. And say hello to your sister for me. Twins willing, we will meet each other again. Best wishes, Edric. The social drive to uphold religious dogma is lessening towards the societal drive to establish secular law, I see. This game's got really good vocabulary.
That it does. 1128. The Nobleman's Law. The sticks make a clacking sound as they collide. Emil rolls forward, trying to hit your legs. Today, the two of you are valiant knights caught on opposite sides of an attack against Eterna. Lowborn people aren't allowed to fight, but this is just a game. Emil assured you it's not against his lot.
The vacant lot you found is the perfect place for a fight. Apparently, nobles used to have real duels here before the ban. This is the first time you've ventured so far from the palace. You wonder whether the secret chancellery agent assigned to you is still watching. Will he intervene if he deems the game too dangerous?
Mothor watches the fight, twirling a strand of hair around her finger. You catch your eye in an attempt to show off. You make a daring jab at Emil's arm. Martha gasps in fright.
You purse your lips. It's only natural that Martha values Emil more, since they knew each other before they met you. You'll always be the newcomer in your little group. Their bond must be much stronger than yours. But then, Martha turns to you. Her smile makes the anxious thoughts vanish into thin air.
You like a girl. You abandon your play fight when you hear the sound of hooves approaching the clearing. There are 6 rider, their mounts leaving a cloud of dust in their wake. Without saying a word to each other, you and your friends scurry behind a tree, ready to watch the proceedings avidly.
The riders dismount. Their clothes look expensive, and their swords attached to their have swords attached to their belts. Everyone looks anxious, but solemn. One of the nobles ceremonially asks if the other two might settle their dispute peacefully. You're in luck. This is a real court of honor.
A young officer with puffy sideburns proclaims excitedly that he doesn't want anyone to die, but will not change his mind about marrying his opponent's sister. They're in love, and they refuse to let El Corvio's conceit stand in the way of their happiness.
His opponent, a handsome nobleman with bright blue eyes and a streak of gray in his hair, shakes his head as the younger man speaks. Do you want to take yeah, go ahead.
Sure. Your family are nobles of the mantle. Your title earned prematurely after a few years in the military academy. You were born a commoner and took the sacrament of the lash. Your children will not inherit your noble title. They will live the commoner's lot. My sister's family, which you are insistent on marrying into, are nobles of the sword. Our title has been passed down from father to son for 100 years. You may have earned an honorable title, good sir, but you have no ancestors living in your blood tide. You are utterly alone.
I will have the valor and the skills of all the generations of Elcorvios at my back. You do not stand a chance. You would be wise to withdraw from this duel.
So if I remember correctly, the way that the blood tide works is that in families that have like nobility of some kind, they have like a crypt, and the blood of all of their ancestors kind of like coalesces, and you can sort of commune with the dead. Is that sort of how that works?
Yeah, they like live in. You do a ritual where you like get a cut and then you mix the blood with the last guy who had it, and they all get passed on to you.
I see. And then you can kind of like gather wisdom from their past experience.
Yes.
The officer with the sideburns objects fervently. His noble status is no worse than El Corvio's, and he earned it by proving his worth. While it might be true that he wasn't raised a nobleman, he knows a thing or two about honor and cannot possibly withdraw now. The officer realizes that he is outmatched, but prefers death to dishonor.
Signed, the arbiter declares the duel will be fought to the lesser death. These men have failed to find a just outcome to their dispute, so the Court of High Honor will now determine which of them is right. The opponents retreat to proper distance, saluting each other.
Didn't they just say that dueling is illegal? Is this an illegal thing that they're doing?
Sure did.
Okay, I thought so. The duel is over before it even begins. The noble of the sword evades the young officer's strike with effortless ease. The officer freezes, his face rapidly losing color, a blade sticking out from his back. As the would-be groom slumps in the dusty ground, his body begins to dissolve into silvery mist. The arbiter declares that the El Corvios have won the dispute, and the nobles leave in silence. What a shame. That guy was so plucky and so much in love. He's lucky it's just a lesser death, though. He'll be reborn in the city temple in the morning. If they dueled to the true death, he'd be over and done with forever. I wonder what happens to the souls of nobles in hereafter. Do they face the twins' judgment, or do they just remain in the blood tide, watching over their descendants?
Father Joseph says that all souls, without exception, go to the shining pillar. The blood tides reserve only the legacy of noble ancestors. ARKNIANS and heretic nobles can hear the voices of their lineage, granting them the wisdom and strength of past generation. But these are memories stored in their blood, not souls.
Emil isn't listening to Martha. He points his stick at you, his head held high. His eyes burn with rapturous awe as he mimics the officer's tone.
My noble status is no worse than yours, and unlike you, I've earned it. Nothing you say or do will make me stop loving your sister.
I don't have a sister. Scrunching up his face, Emil pushes his hair down to imitate sideburns. Apparently, you're supposed to protect the honor of all nobles of the sword and your quote-unquote sister in particular, since your friend has decided to play the role of the paramour.
If your conceited family thinks I'm not good enough, I challenge you to a duel. Prepare yourself!
You give him a haughty smirk, reminding Emil about the generations of ancestors at your back. Emil is doomed. Suddenly, Martha grabs your hand and leans over to you, whispering in your ear. Can't you just let him win, Gary Ian? You know Emil's been having a rough time of it lately. I'd hate for you two to get into a fight for real. Let Emil have this one, okay? He really needs it. Please?
Emil holds his sword at the ready, eager to start the fight. Should you listen to Martha and let your friend win? Or should you win in a fair fight? You are stronger after all. Or maybe you have some feelings you can no longer keep silent about.
I don't know if now is the time, brother. So we cannot withdraw because we do not have the diplomacy. So if we fight, if we give it our all, we get relationship with Martha?
Yeah, because you don't want Emil to because he's fighting to impress her.
I see. This is a tough one for me because I think that giving your all is like kind of the move, but also like Emil has been good to us, and also his dad did get stabbed in the hand, I think, or was that Martha's dad?
It was Martha's dad got stabbed.
You know what? I'm on the Martha train. Sorry, Emil. Oh, and it looks like we have another ad playing out, so I think we'll take another quick break here. How you doing, Neil?
I'm good.
You're good? Do we want to try to go until the end of this chapter? Like the
That's what I was thinking,
end
yeah.
of the age? Okay, that sounds perfect. All right, I'm just going to go take a quick bathroom break. I hope everyone in the chat is having a good time. Sorry that I can't communicate with you guys quite as much, but don't worry. Once we're done with the reading, I will have plenty of time to yap with all you freaks. I'm going to go hit the restroom real fast, and I will be right back.
That means you're all left with me, to my knowledge. Maybe Cal's muted me, I don't know. How we all doing? You're all probably watching the ad, so you don't know if I'm talking. Or maybe you can't hear me. It's a mystery even to me. Look at those little guys in chat. Those little gifts. What little guys they are. Can I put a little guy in? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, one little guy can put in his bra. That is in fact a little guy. Oh, hell yeah. I also have emotes.
All right. All right, we've got about 40 seconds left on the ad break before we get back to it. We got a clear grip it and rip it. Delicious. Milkshake, how are you doing, by the way? Welcome on in. Olive, I hope you're doing good. Let me scroll a little bit, see if there's anything in chat. Let's see. U.S. National Balls. Okay. Eek Cal has a new voice. Nah, that's Neil. That's Neil. He's cool. Oh, talking about Dungeon Meshi, man, dude, I'm so excited for Dungeon Meshi season 2. I want it to come out right now. I honestly might do a third rewatch of Dungeon Meshi. I love it so much. It's so good. Have you watched Dungeon Meshi?
I have not watched Dungeon Meshi.
Oh, it's wicked good. I don't know if you're super into anime, but it's really, really good. It's one of the few anime that I've watched and then went and read the entire manga because I just liked it so much.
I mean, I definitely like I have watched more anime than I used to. As in my current living situation. Though watching any TV show is a trial.
I kind of know what you mean.
With like Lucy is tired when
Yep.
she gets home from work, so it's hard for her to focus on a specific thing.
Yeah.
So like, man, we still have what is it, like 30 episodes left of Full Metal Alchemist?
Oh,
And
are you doing
we'll watch,
Brotherhood?
like, yeah, we'll like watch 6 in a row, and then it's like, well, we'll do this again in a month.
Yep. Yep.
I want to also say, so I was like curious. So I went to the category of life and suffering. I think you were the only English person playing this game.
That's actually really not surprising. I when there was I put in a like, oh, my game is having a glitch with the life and suffering of Sir Bronte. I got stuck on a page. I can't remember which one or what it was about.
Yeah,
but
I remember that.
yeah, I was stuck on it, and I went and I put in like a report on Steam, and all of the comments for like I still get comments that are from there. A lot of them are in different languages that I just like cannot understand what they're saying. I just have no idea. I think that this game is probably more. I mean, what's the like the base nationality of the people who made it? Do you know?
Not at the time. This is a quick Googleable question. Quick, stop.
Dooba-dooba-doo, dooba-dooba-doo, skibba-dooba-doo-ba-da-ba-ba-da-boo, bee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-doo, a Scooby-Dooby-Baby-Doodle-Foo, doo-ba-doo,
I think Russian.
Russian, that makes
because
sense.
it's the first language listed on the thing.
I think Russian is probably true.
Yeah.
This
And it
feels
looks
like Russian
yeah,
art.
The rest of the streamers are Russian.
That's funny. Very cool. Well, I don't have a drink, but fucking Nostrovia to all my fellow readers of this fantastic little game. It really does read like, so far, the first game, but I wouldn't even say better necessarily, but like maybe it's just the freshness of getting to come back to. I really like the writing for these games. I think they do such a good job. If it's, originally written in Russian and then translated into English, it feels like the translators did a really good job of capturing the sort of drama that the writers have been putting in if it was written in Russian originally. It's great. I love this fucking game. It's good dinner. I go, nice. Read this one.
You shake your head before charging into battle. Emil gives the fight his all, but you're faster and stronger. He misses a hit to your midsection, then another to your shoulder, then a good jab at your chest.
Your sticks clack as they hit each other. Emil grunts with effort and takes one step back after another one of your barrages of blows. Finally, you swipe your stick under your opponent's knees to land him in the dust. You both know it's over.
Emil forces something out about needing to go home, his teeth clenched, and leaves. Just as your friend's resentment begins to make a prickly feeling settle in the pit of your stomach, Martha touches your arm.
It's too bad Emil got so upset. He's such a sore loser. But since he's gone, why don't we spend the rest of the day together? I don't want to be alone. You were so brave, like a real nobleman. Here, let me clean your bruises. Then we can go for a little walksy-walks, okay?
Martha gently takes your arm. She spends the whole evening taking care of you. You thought she might be upset at you for not granting her request, but she seems to have let it go. She kisses you softly on the cheek as the evening ends. It's a bit of a shame about Emil, but to the winner goes the spoils.
Fuck you, Emil. Fuck you, Emil. Nah, Emil's all right. I feel a little bad for him. But I gotta show up. I gotta show up and I gotta show out. I'm 13 years old. This is what my life is all about now.
You're a middle schooler.
I'm a middle schooler. I will kick anyone's ass to impress a girl. 11:29. Justice and compassion. A tall nobleman with a bushy mustache and a prickly gaze escorts you to Emil's house, then finally disappears from view. Cornelius tells you this is for your safety. He won't even consider leaving you unsupervised. The constant chaperoning disturbs you. Every chance you get to escape it, however brief, brings you joy.
You rap incessantly on Emil's door. You're eager to show him the scrape on your forehead you got from falling off the old apple tree.
Check this
Why
out!
he hasn't been around for a few days. Even Martha has no idea what's going on with him.
A friendly, stocky man in a carpenter's apron opens the door. It's Emil's father, Alfred. Smiling, he wipes the sweat from his forehead and offers you his calloused hand. Oh, I want to be Alfred.
Hello, Gary Ian. Emil's out right now, but please come in anyway. We're always happy to have guests. You can wait for Emil inside.
As soon as you step inside, you're accosted by the cries of Emil's 3 younger siblings, 2 sisters and a brother. The father of the family gives a good-natured chuckle and tells you that he's promised to carve a toy horse for the children once he's done with work. You can't wait to see how it's done.
That's actually really cool. What a Chad. Alfred takes you into his workshop. The furniture is of solid quality, clearly handcrafted by the man himself. The workshop has a wide workbench with a variety of tools laid out on it. The smell of fresh wood shavings fills the room.
Take a look at my current project. In a week, this statue of the Elder will adorn our chapel.
You walk forward to take a close look. The statue is still a work in progress, but you can make out the beginnings of its divine features even now. Its face magnificent and love.
There is a big leather-bound book by the statue with Lives of the Twins embossed on its cover. You arch your eyebrows, surprised. Everyone knows that only the clergy are allowed to read the sacred scriptures. Interpreting the divine word and teaching the will of the twins to people is their lot in life. To all others, it is forbidden.
I can tell you didn't expect to see a holy book here, but how are we supposed to know what the gods expect of us if we don't make the effort to study their word? Patriarch Fortis teaches us that we all need to find our own path to the twins. The lots were written by Saint Isatius and represent his personal path. The twins never actually gave us any rules to live by.
Alfred lovingly scrapes an engraver's bringing down the wooden folds of the sculptor's clothing. That's when the door to the workshop slams open, emitting a meal. A grim-looking priest in the black velvet robes follows him in, a silver cross enclosed in the circle dragging over the man's broad chest. It's a symbol of the twins.
Aw, shit.
Please come in, Father Joseph. He's here. Dad keeps saying scary, foolish things all the time. He lies to me and my younger siblings, dooming us all to eternal suffering at the foot of the pillar. That's right, I'm a narc.
No, I'm glad I kicked your ass.
Listen to me. Please make him see reason. Please don't let him damn my siblings' souls. I don't want them to suffer.
The priest's stern eyes scan the room before piercing the man of the house. His booming voice fills the workshop.
I can see you've abandoned the path outlined for you, Alfred. A layman shouldn't seek to learn of God's design, for that is the lot of the clergy. Don't you know the failure to follow your lot leads to eternal suffering at the foot of the shining pillar? Oh, you cannot atone for your
I really like that little. It sounded like he tripped a little bit on like a thing on the ground. Like, whoa.
Clean this place more. The younger will judge your guilt and bet out your punishment. You have trespassed to get the will of the twins, Alfred. You were aware of the consequences your actions would have had for your soul, but I will not let you poison the minds of innocent children. They must not be subjected to your appalling, ruinous words any longer. They must toil and suffer as all lone-born people do. And only through obedience to their Lord will they be saved from the eternal torment and find bliss at the peak of the shining pillar.
There's another toy. Emil's father looks up at the priest towering over him. His voice trembles, full of defiance and yearning for justice.
But the teachings of the lots were written by Isatius, a commoner. He showed us one path, but it is not the only one. Patriarch Fotis says that everyone needs to find their own path to the twins, just like Isatius did. Aside from the younger's law, there's also the elder's love. It graces everyone, be they clergy or lowborn, which means that anyone can strive to understand the gods better, to become closer to them.
There's no equality between the estates, nor can there ever be! Come closer, boy, give me your hand.
The priest is talking to you, his eyes trained on your forehead. He pulls out a thin, silvery slab and begins whispering a prayer.
Humana, humana, humana. A warm glow fills the room, and you recognize echoes of divine grace you felt in the temple of the twins. The silver in Father Joseph's hands crumbles away into glittering motes of dust. You touch your forehead, and you're amazed to feel smooth, healthy skin. The scrape is gone.
Oh, that's so weird. So they can heal people by basically doing like alchemy? Interesting. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Let the grace of the twins silence the voice of this heresy in your confused heart, Alfred. If everyone is born equal, then why can a servant of the gods like me perform miracles, while you, a short layman, cannot?
Me, the alpha clergyman. The man of the house is silent and dejected. A pleased smirk splits the priest's face for a moment, but his voice sounds strict and powerful when he speaks.
You have failed to save yourself, but think of your children. Have you any right to risk their fate in this life or hereafter? The sinners at the foot of the pillar writhe in searing flame and freezing in biting cold at the same time. Their souls are torn apart in agony and despair.
Ooh, I'm so hot, but the fire is so hot, but the cold is so cold, but the fire is so hot, but the cold is so cold. That's what it's like, just constantly. The children are trembling with fear. They grasp their father's hands and beg him not to doom them to eternal suffering, their eyes filled with terror. Alfred clenched his fists in impotent desire. Or despair. Desire. Impotent desire is crazy. Impotent despair.
What you doing in here with all that ass, clergyman?
There are tears in his eyes, too. Despondent, he looks up at the unfinished statue of the elder.
Stop this. The twins wouldn't have created us just to suffer. I cannot believe that there is no hope for those of us who seek the gods' mercy.
These pathetic moans of a doomed sinner do not deserve an answer. You're a beta. You've made your bed, but there's still hope for your children. Come with me, little one. Social services will take you away.
Clutching at Joseph's robe, the children follow the priest out of the workshop. Alfred's body is racked by sobs. He doesn't even try to hold back the tears. Oh, God.
Emil watches his despairing father, his childless face contorted by hurt and betrayal. Words fail him. He turns to go, but addresses you before he leaves. Let's get out of here, Jerian. You come to the sermons with us.
Emil holds out his hand to you. You can hear his father sobbing behind you. Oh. Oh. I do like Scholar, but we've already upped in Scholar. I feel like it would behoove us to be friends with Emil. That is one of the, if I can look at, is it Fate?
Well, you only have to be friends with one of them to get
really?
the bond.
I
Yes.
see.
It's
Well-
one of them or the other, if I remember correctly.
I wish I could return to
Like
this.
go to Fate, up,
Fate,
and then go
Chapter
to the Unbreakable
1.
Bond.
Unbreakable Bond. So,
Yeah,
it is one or the
that.
other. It is one or the other, yeah. Okay. Emil, you're kind of a dick. I think I'm gonna hang out with your dad.
Yeah, I feel like if my friend called the police on their parent, I wouldn't want to go with them.
No, I absolutely agree.
You refuse the offer. Emil leaves without saying another word, and you turn to face his father. Seeing a grown man sob like this makes your chest constrict with pity. You ask Alfred to explain why he doesn't believe the priest. The man wipes his face with his sleeve like a child before giving you an incredulous look.
Because I'm a fat little chud. I play League of Legends all day, and I live with my mom. My gods are kind and merciful. Isaciuses are cruel and indifferent. They are neither compassionate nor wise. But more importantly, they don't care about any of us. If all the younger does is punish people for their crimes, he's nothing more than an executioner, right? And if the elder forces his love on people whether they want it or not, how is he any different from a rapist? The twins that priest was talking about make people suffer all their lives and doom them to eternal damnation in the hereafter. It's just not right. The gods can't be like that. If they are, our life is meaningless. There's another type of clergy, those who preach the new faith. They know that the world can't possibly be built on such hopeless cruelty. Our priests can work miracles too. That means they're no less true than the fathers of the old faith.
I will say I like that a lot because a lot of fantasy worlds like have intangible proof that there are divine beings. Like you can do miracles and stuff, right?
Right.
But making sure that they're still removed enough that they're like you can have these conflicts of like how do you interpret them?
Mm-hmm.
Like Forgotten Realms gods are more like Greek gods. Like they are very human in their act. You can divine
Yes.
their intentions.
Yeah.
And it is crazy when people in D&D like my character doesn't believe in the gods. Like how?
How do you not believe in
How
them?
can you do that?
No, I totally agree.
Where this there is ambiguity for sure.
Yeah, I like the way that they're like, yes, their religion is real. They can do miracles. They come back to life a couple times. There's very real magic in this world. But the gods themselves don't seem to really have a way to communicate in like exact terms. They can just sort of give signs and people interpret them. And I think that human interpretation is so much more interesting than like, I'm big dingle dongle, and my thing is that I'm the god of doors. Look at all my doors. I love doors.
Exactly.
For example.
The god of doors, a very popular god.
Yeah, my favorite god in the Forgotten Realms is the god of doors.
Even though his family has abandoned him, you see a spark of hope ignite in the broken man's red eyes. The crudely carved face of the elder watches you both mournfully. No matter who is right in this situation, it's never the faith that can destroy both lives and give strength to the weary.
You say goodbye to Alfred once done talking. The conversation leaves you wondering if you can find your own path to the twins. Where will your path take you if you don't have a lot? I don't know, but I'm smart now. That's all that matters. Oh my. Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no, they're political cartoons. My God.
Well, Harold, we're back. Return Weekly, issue 4, the year 1130. Oh, I see the artist has gotten to it again.
We cannot remain silent about the flagrant violations of our traditions, customs, and rules forced on us by Cornelius Tempest in the 6 years since he replaced Tarquinius Melanidas as the Great Chancellor.
We expected the Emperor's brother to put the profiteers and commoners running rampant empire in their place, restore age-old traditions, and support the Arcane nobility. But instead, what do we see?
Year after year, the ARKNIANS standing get progressively shakier as the gods' given rights are called into question. Every new law surpasses the last in its madness. The Great Chancellor's latest project encroaches upon the principle of estate-based lots, the very bedrock of our empire.
A lowborn man isn't meant to rule or wage war. That is the nobleman's lot. That seems like such an obvious premise, doesn't it? Even a Legion soldier knows that, so he submits to the highborn officers and accepts his role as an obedient tool in the hands of the nobility. Commoners allow themselves to be useful for war like mindless swords, meekly carrying out orders as to not go beyond the lot assigned to them.
And yet, Cornelius Tempest has established lesser quorums in the provinces to be filled with noble gentry, as well as wealthy commoners who have, quote-unquote, proven to be proficient in economic matters.
Commoners are now participating in the rule of our empire. Just think about it. Money-grubbing merchants and industrialists are making decisions about the Archduke's tax. Where will we end up after a few more years of Tempest reign?
Before long, his absurd decisions will have people whose backs remember the lash standing on par with the ARKNIANS. Centuries-old traditions will be trampled by a crowd of unwashed riffraff. I mean, look at that guy. He is scary. He really is scary.
Their tongues forked, and Cornelius's nose long.
You could dip that thing in soup. Suckle a little bit, save it for later.
On behalf of all the Emperor's concerned subjects, we entreat the Archaean tribute, Argaius Morogue, to heed our call. It is his duty to rise to the defense of reason and tradition if the Great Chancellor has switched sides.
I like that they're kind of going through the religious reformation of the setting a little faster in this one too. I think it's kind of nice that it's just like, this shit is happening in the background while you're living your life. It's getting a little crazy. Oh, and there's the rebellion. All right. Well, that's beginning now.
As one does.
As one does. What is society if not the place where revolutions happen? Ooh, we got enough scholarship. We doubled our fucking scholarship, actually. Holy shit.
11:30, the looming future. Your quill pen makes scratching noises as it flits across the paper. The towering pile of dusty books, long scrolls, tally sheets, and letters take up almost all the space on your wide desk. You're helping Ferdinand with an assignment on the financial status of the Empire.
Ferdinand sits next to you, absent-mindedly stroking the pages. The faraway look in his eyes suggests that he's not actually reading. I wonder if any of us can choose our fate. Does a person's name affect their path in life? Take Gary Ian, for example. It's the name of a character from my favorite novel. Did I ever tell you? He's the main character's loyal friend who turns out to be just a mirror in the end. But when Gary Ian reached out to touch him, the reflection met his stare with a sad smile.
You reply that is all very interesting, but you appreciate it if your friend Ferdinand would stop dragging his feet. Cornelius has trusted the two of you with a large, complex assignment that requires you to cross-reference a large number of sources and perhaps even draw conclusions, not to mention the official reports.
There will be a... excuse me, can you stop talking? I'm fucking studying by candlelight. You see this quill pen? This means something. There will be a big reception soon. You will deliver a report to the distinguished guests. Your mentor told you several times that this event is very important and urged you to prepare well. Ferdinand, however, is not at all inclined to help you. His head is in the clouds. You're right, I just find it hard to concentrate on these dusty papers when there's so many things worthy of our attention out there. Don't you think assignments like this are a waste of your skills and time? Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful that Cornelius cares about our education. The assignments he gives us are getting more and more difficult, but we're coping with them well. But I feel like we're fritting our lives away with these boring affairs of the court. It's unbearable. There's a whole world out there waiting to be explored. We shouldn't be cooped up in here, poring over dead numbers and endless legalese. How is that a good use of our talents? Should these financial reference books and dusty old catalogues be the limits of our ambitions? I say it's best to explore and change the world instead of just serving it. Wouldn't you agree?
You shrug, not sure what to say. All your great plans and ambitions for this evening boil down to a night out with Martha and Emil. They recently got their hands on a barrel of apple schnapps and invited you to try it together. Ferdinand sounds so passionate when he speaks about his calling in life. What is your calling?
It comes as an unpleasant surprise when you realize that you don't really have a dream, or even really a concrete plan for your future. While you're still lost in thought, Ferdinand slams a palm against the wooden desk and continues his passionate speech. No! I don't know about you, but I'm not squandering my talent on other people's affairs. It's high time I listened to my heart and went after my own dreams. They're going to dissect a living person in the anatomical theater tonight. It's called a vivisection. The man will suffer a lesser death, but just imagine the knowledge we'll obtain by witnessing the inner workings of the body. I'm going there. You can keep doing Cornelius's work if you want, but if you ask me, you'd be better to follow your own desires.
Classic 13-year-old hobby. You want to go watch a guy get cut open?
They're gonna go cut that guy open, let's go! I mean, you know what? They don't have TV. It's probably the most interesting thing going on in town.
Did your school get to go to the body museum when it was in Maine?
Maybe when I was like in elementary school, but I don't think so. Maybe.
That is a very vivid memory.
Yeah.
That was a wild field trip.
I did get to. I've done a couple of dissections in college, so I've gotten to see like animal innards, but human. I'm trying to, because I feel like I've seen in person one of those cut diagrams of the human body in like a museum setting, but I can't remember where it was.
I remember it was a traveling exhibit where it was like, by the way, everyone you're about to see in this, these aren't wax models. These are people who donated their bodies to science.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just all about the workings of the inner body.
Yep.
There was
crazy.
a tattooed person that you got to see like what they looked like under.
That's
like,
cool.
It was, yeah. Again, wild field trip for a bunch of like, I believe it was high school when I went.
Yeah.
Like, still a wild thing for a bunch of like 15 and 16-year-olds to go see.
You freeze in indecision as your eyes land on the line you failed to finish. Ferdinand's dream is quite contagious. It would be so exciting to witness a scientific breakthrough, but you promised to finish this report. And isn't studying the best way to invest in your future? And again, if you listen to your heart, what could be better than spending a night with your friends?
Oh, I literally can't. I'm not allowed. Shit. What am I missing? My management. So we can go to Emil and Martha. I need to hang out with Martha, but this gives me more scholarship, which I like.
And your other friend, your school friend.
Ferdinand, yeah. No listening to your heart, I guess. My heart says that I want to watch a guy get cut open, I think. Slamming your book shut, you tell Ferdinand that you want to attend the session at the Anatomical Theater with him. He gives you a clap on the shoulder, glad that you share his passion for science. The two of you share a mischievous look before blowing out the candles and heading for the college.
The room where the vivisection takes place is full of students and men of science. An unconscious naked man lies on the table under the direct light of several bright lamps. Not unlike a performer on a stage, the doctor leans over him, scalpel in hand.
The doctor dispassionately explains every single move he makes, but the audience watches with bated breath. A small, skillful cut to the chest and the ribcage is soon cracked open, exposing a still living heart. The way it beats is positively enthralling.
But then the man's legs start jerking, and his heartbeat speeds up before stopping entirely. The doctor lowers his hand and steps away from the table. The body begins to glow from the inside. It takes just a few moments for it to crumble away into sparkly silver dust. This is what lesser death looks like.
Did you see that, Gary Ian? We might be the first people who've seen how a human body works with our own two eyes. There's so many questions left unanswered. What's inside us? How are our tendons and veins connected? What makes our heart tick? But science will find the answers sooner or later.
This is wild given the fact that, like, yeah, they don't have corpses.
Yeah, like that you just can't, like, you just can't really, I mean, when you suffer final death, you leave a corpse, right?
I'm not sure. It feels
I
like
don't
because
know.
of how they're talking about here that, like,
Yeah,
I
it
think
must
it must be
not.
that everybody died. Like,
I think you're
turns to
right.
dust.
I think so, because, like, yeah, you never really, because, like, you don't really see, like, funerals and stuff either. They don't really talk about burying their dead. You know that they put the grandfather in the mausoleum in the first game, but I can't remember if it was his body or if it was just what was left of him. I can't really remember.
Yeah, like the dust.
Yeah.
The audience is abuzz with excitement at being involved in such a momentous occasion. The learned men discuss the experiences with fire in their eyes, rattling off various medical terms to each other. The next experience has given the doctors and scientists much food for thought.
Some hypothesize about the causes of various diseases, while others propose new treatments. One day, people will be able to cure complex illnesses without the help of priests. They will use science, not just the twins' miracles, to heal the sick.
You can't help but be drawn into the proceedings. Some of the terms fly over your head, but you still stay at the theater late into the evening, listening eagerly to the debate. On your way home, all you can think about is the future of science and the field you could potentially dedicate your life to.
Manner. Ooh, Martha, 2 of 2, the last sermon. Ooh, spooky.
11:30, last sermon. The warm spring breeze against your skin makes you feel invigorated and carefree. Martha's offered to show you her favorite place, and now you're strolling down a city street, just the two of you. As you walk side by side, the feeling of your hands brushing against each other fills you with a pleasant warmth.
You can't take your eyes off Martha. Whenever she squints in the sun, the slightly playful curve of her lips seems like the sweetest thing in the world. You really want her to find you interesting, so you utter a steady stream of silly jokes and wild tales you've heard from Ferdinand.
Martha suddenly stops, her face falling. She seems spooked by a tall nobleman who's been following you. The man has a bushy mustache and sharp eyes, and he's ready to kill anyone or anything that might pose a threat to you. You've gotten so used to your grim bodyguard that you barely notice him anymore, except for an occasional prickle of awareness down your spine.
You take a turn and hurry down the alley before emerging onto a city square. You see a stake with a man chained to it in the middle. You recognize him as you draw near. It's Alfred, Emil's father.
Emaciated and hunched over, he kneels by the stake, clutching his book to his chest as though it were an infant. You remember the day you went to his home? Emil's father was so full of life back then. He looked healthy, happy, and confident.
The poor man cries out to passerby, squinting myopically. His voice quivers with pain and agitation.
Please help me. A token of kindness, I beg of you. I still have this book, The Lives of the Twins, but the torture has weakened my eyes. I can't make out the letters of the Holy Scripture anymore. Is that you, Gary Ian? Please, read me a little fragment. Let it be my last consolation before I pass away.
You start forward, but Martha catches your arm, whispering to you with a frown.
Do you know why Emil's father was condemned? He attacked Father Joseph, the priest who come to talk some sense into him with an axe. He kept screaming that the priest took his children away from him. His execution is tomorrow. He's going to be stoned. Oh, that sucks. It's a true death, the kind you can't come back from. He chose his own fate. We'd better leave. Didn't we want to spend some time together?
Male father sniffles noisily. His cloudy eyes filled with desperate tears seem to stare straight through you.
Please let me take consolation in the twins' words. The Holy Book will ease my pain. Look at me. I've lost everything and everyone. I'm begging you. Please let my soul find peace before I die.
This isn't your job to ease his pain, Gary Ian. He was the one who forsook the word of the twins and preached by the church. Besides, you're no priest. You're not allowed to give sermons.
Emilio Fathers holds the scripture out to you, his hands shaking. What's more important, mercy or justice? Or is there some way to reconcile your sympathy with the harsh law of the law?
Yes! Bum 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 bum.
You're so fucking smart.
I'm so fucking smart! You explain to
Tell the
Martha
girl she was
why-
wrong.
Yeah, little girl, prepare to be so impressed by my big brain.
Mansplain that shit to her.
Mansplain! What do you think I've got this?
You explain to Martha that reading a holy book doesn't mean abandoning your lot. The Legion is made up of low-born soldiers, but warfare isn't a sin for them, since there's nothing but weapons in the hands of the nobility. When you read someone the lives of the twins, you aren't interpreting any divine messages. You're merely repeating God's own words.
Sheesh.
Oh, maybe you're right, but why help someone who's doomed anyway? The gods know no mercy. The only thing in store for Emil's father is the younger's justice and a well-deserved punishment.
You shake your head. Well, the gods may be merciless. You are only human. You can feel the pain of those around you. It's only natural to offer them sympathy, and there's nothing righteous about indifference. This is your day out really more important than someone's dying request.
Your voice rings loud and clear as you take the book from the poor man and begin to read. The part you've picked talks about the hereafter. Martha starts crying as she listens to you read.
Your voice trembles a bit when you read the words of the elder. The righteous will ascend to the peak where the divine love will shine upon them. It will fill them with joy and bliss and make their hearts sing. Their souls will be kissed by the elder, bathed in the glory of his divine light. The love bestowed upon them will never end. Never ending, eternal.
The book goes on to talk about the fate of those cast down to the foot of the shining pillar. The younger describes their eternal suffering. There can be no relief or atonement for them. Frowning, you decide to leave this part out.
You close the book and look up at Alfred. His face is clear now, no longer contorted in anguish. He looks at the enormous shining pillar supporting the heavens with adoration and hope.
Thank you, Gary Ian. Please take this book of Holy Writ. Read it. Try to grasp its true meaning, and you may find your own path to the twins. Don't accept the priest's words blindly.
Martha gingerly takes you by the hand.
I didn't want to stay because the things that happened to Emil and his father are too painful. But you were right. Refusing someone's dying request is just wrong. I'm a better person when I'm with you. And I'm grateful to you for that.
The thought of Alfred's wretched fate keep plaguing you even after you return home. Before going to bed, you settle down with the book that was the man's farewell gift. Can the gods really punish someone for trying to get closer to them on their own? The thought troubles you to no end, but you still find yourself reading the Holy Scriptures until the sun comes up.
We are the smartest, what are we, 14? Smartest 14-year-old in the world. Aw, she's sympathetic to us now. Yay.
And that means you're at 3.
Yes, it does. Aw, shit. Second to last piece.
Eleven to 31, the test. Today's the big day. There's a grand reception at the palace hosted by Cornelius. His Arkean guests have already gathered for the evening. Gentlemen sip wine from crystal glasses while ladies saunter up and down the halls, leaving the trails of subtle, exquisite scent behind them. You're busy frantically preparing the speech you've prepared for the occasion.
Your mentor plans to address the audience himself, but he's asked you to round out his speech with a report. You're supposed to demonstrate that humans and ARKNIANS need to work together to better their shared future in the Empire. Cornelius has told you time and time again how important your part is. You need to pelt the audience with facts, logic, examples and evidence, planting the seed of doubt in the minds of even the most conservative guests.
The ballroom is abuzz all around you. You see Ferdinand. He smiles and gives you an encouraging nod before returning to his conversation with an elegant Arkean lady. Suddenly, a haughty-looking noble approaches you, a derisive sphere plastered on his face. You recognize him, Tarquinius Maldius, the Arkean who humiliated Martha's parents when you were having dinner together. He smiles, looks just as sinister as the day that did. As it did that day. Reading is hard.
Cornelius has pinned a lot of hopes on you, despite the fact that you are nothing but a half-baked youth.
How reckless of him. Don't feel sad when the audience laughs you out of the room. This burden is simply too much for someone like you. The fault of your imminent failure lies solely with your mentor.
Heat rushes to your face, but you grit your teeth and force out a smile. In high society functions such as this, conflict must be avoided at all costs.
A bell rings and the whole room goes quiet. All eyes are on Cornelius, who has just joined the gathering. Your mentor takes the small podium in the center of the hall and stands there with a benevolent smile, his eyes slowly scanning the audience.
He seems to have stepped straight out of the portrait, his hair slicked back, his godlike brow on full display, and his high-collared embroidered tailcoat emphasizes his flawless posture. Cornelius' attendants must have spent hours on his appearance.
Greetings, my friends. It is a joy to behold so many noble guests gathered together. I welcome the heads of the great houses, their esteemed families, and all the distinguished Arkeans to our soiree. Only those who decide the fate of the Empire are present tonight. It is an honor to entertain you all. Our realm has been making strides in many areas of late. Progress is inevitable. It is signs evident to everyone by now. Science keeps forging ahead. Take gunpowder, for example. This invention has allowed us to mine deep underground, increasing our yield of silver and other valuable materials many times over. There's the streets of Eterna, and its newer houses are now lit with gas. The capital will soon be considered candlelight and torches things of the past. And science isn't our only area of growth. Day by day, our lives are changing to meet the needs of our empire's loyal subjects. The lesser quorums are in full operation, which means we can collect more money in taxes and spend it more efficiently. ARKNIANS are the Empire's elite. By spearheading these changes and taking charge of progress, we will be able to lead the Empire into an era of prosperity, beyond our wildest dreams. The roles of humans in our society are also subject to change. If we can support these changes, our shared future could truly be great.
It's like someone in the back like, what? Are you whispering? What'd you say? Hey, what are you saying up there?
I'm an old man. Please, just come closer. Fine.
It hurts my voice to talk like this.
Cornelius' speech goes on for a while. You check your notes as you listen, nervous about your own part. A servant suddenly touches your elbow. You whip around in annoyance. It will be your turn to go on stage soon. Who decided it was all right to distract you, and why?
The servant hands you a note before stepping aside with a slight bow. You unfold a piece of paper importantly. This is Martha's handwriting.
Dear Gary Ian, the butler just came to tell us that my parents are moved out of the palace compound. Emil and the little ones have been ordered to vacate the grounds immediately as well. They say the order came from the great chancellor himself, and there's nothing we can do about it. We're leaving today. Sorry if my handwriting is hard to read. I'm in a hurry helping Mom pack. We're leaving Eterna and we might never see each other again. This hurts me terribly, but I want to at least say goodbye. Come see us as soon as you can. I hope you can make it. Oh.
You feel a lump rise in your throat, blinking in an effort to hold back tears. You fold the note back up. So that's what Cornelius had in mind when he talked about the coming changes and the refined culture to humans who might shift the ARKNIANS' attitude towards the human race?
Your friends seem to have become collateral damage from the great changes your mentor is planning. You still have the chance to see them, or maybe even stop them from leaving. But what about your speech? You spent days preparing for it, and Cornelius has emphasized its importance numerous times.
Well.
This is really funny. Flounder through it, cannot unlock. You need to have...
You need to be bad at things.
Bad at everything. That's so funny. Deliver a well-thought-out speech. You won't let your mentor down. You'll deliver a thorough, well-prepared speech. You get teacher's pet. You get diplomacy and Cornelius. Or we rescue Martha. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, this is the big choice,
shit.
my man.
Ah, shit.
You can't have both.
Oh, fuck. Ah, fuck. Ah, fuck. No, the choices. The choice video game that has choices. No. Oh, God. Ah, fuck. Gary Ian. Gary Ian. Oh. I gotta help friend. But so smart. But yarg.
Yarg.
Yarg. Help my friends.
You were on the verge of tears. There's really no other way to go about this. A mental apology to Cornelius, you slip out of the room. You run down the dark streets as fast as your legs can carry. Faster, faster. Your heart is about to burst out your chest. You need to get there in time.
You're out of breath by the time you reach the house. There's a cart by the entrance. Martha's parents are loading it with their belongings as the butler urges them on. You look around and notice Emil consoling his younger siblings in the distance.
Don't cry. We have to leave because that's what we're ordered to do. It's not our place to argue. I don't have a job here anymore, so we need to move somewhere else.
Martha walks out of the house holding a bundle. When she sees you, she gives a wistful smile. You'll have to say goodbye soon.
When you take a step forward, Martha drops her bundle and hurls herself at you, folding her arms around your neck. Her embrace is tight and warm. You can stay like this forever.
I'm so glad you came. Thank you, Gary Ian. You're always here for me when I need you. I can hardly bear the thought that we might never see each other again.
You clench your fist. This wasn't supposed to happen. Marching up to the butler, you demand that the eviction be stopped. This is Master Cornelius's order. You look at him right in the eye and tell him that if he lets Martha and Emil leave the palace, he might as well pack his things up too.
The butler shuffles his feet in hesitation, but ends up reluctantly agreeing that the families of your friends can stay. He clearly doesn't want to take any chances with you. Emil and Martha can scarcely believe their luck. They both hug you, showering you with gratitude, and you hug them back with all your might. The three of you are in this together, and that will never change.
But you still have other business to attend to. Now that you made sure your friends will be alright, you sprint back to the palace. The place looks decidedly less crowded when you return. Many of the guests seem to have left for the night. The ones who are still here give you condescending looks. Cornelius is nowhere to be found.
You head for your mentor's office. Biting your lip, you knock before stepping inside.
The great chancellor is standing by the window looking over the moonlit gardens. He turns to face you, his countenance as grim as death. He looks at you as though you aren't actually there, then walks up to you and gives you a sharp slap on the cheek.
Your ears ring, your face burning with shame and indignation. Tears sting your eyes, but you blink them back to avoid further embarrassment. You apologize for letting your mentor down and try to explain how your friends were almost taken away. You simply couldn't abandon them.
You threw away the future of millions for the sake of 2 people. That was foolish, the responsible thing to do. And unless I will look after these humans, at least your folly will not be in vain. Now get out of my sight.
That's actually a really nice of him.
I'll protect them, the people that you threw my hard work away for. I got you, but also fuck you, little man.
Your mentor's eyes are full of disappointment, his gaze utterly devastating. Cornelius purses his lips and turns his back on you to indicate that this conversation is over.
Blah, 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 blah. Ah, it's probably fine. He still likes us. It's probably fine.
Yay! True friends! Friendship! Yippee!
1131, True Friends. The Midsummer Festival is a boisterous occasion full of laughter and song. Tables laden with food stand in the shade of trees. The roasted meat smells divine. Emil and Martha are right there with you. They hug you, pulling you towards the celebration.
Martha sticks by your side, her hand brushing against yours softly. Yet whenever your eyes meet, she hastily looks away. Emil is in a cheerful mood. He cracks good-natured jokes, clapping you on the shoulder. Both your friends' faces shine with happiness and genuine gratitude.
I'm an adult now. Look at us, Jerian. We're celebrating. When we've been separated and carted off to the twins nowhere if it weren't for you. I have no idea how you did it. But it was such a lucky break that you came in time and managed to talk the butler out of sending us away.
Why do you sound like Sonic now, Emil? My parents have been...
Puberty.
That's what happens. Way past puberty. My parents have been praying for your well-being, Gary Ian, and I'm just happy that we have each other. You were so brave. You were a true friend. I never doubted you for a moment.
Seeing your friends so happy makes you feel a warm glow in your heart. The merriment festival music brings a smile to your face, creating a light, heady atmosphere. Cornelius is wrong about one thing after all. The happiness of people you care about matters just as much as the well-being of thousands of strangers.
Martha finally works up the courage to take your hand and look you straight in the eye. Somehow you find yourself drawn away from the main crowd, standing under the great trees with Martha smiling at you. She leans back against a mighty trunk and watches you silently through half-lidded eyes. There's a glint of mischief in her gaze.
Martha takes a step forward. You feel the warmth and softness of her body against yours. Her heart starts thumping faster. Your faces are inches apart. Suddenly you hear Emil yell your name. Your friend runs over to grab you by the shoulder. What are you two whispering about? Come dance, Jerian. There's a bunch of pretty girls and some apple ale over there. Come on, it will be fun.
You feel torn between Emil and Martha, but guilt holds you back from enjoying yourself. Now that your friends are safe, maybe it's time to return to your duties, to focus on your education and win back your mentor's approval.
Martha looks up at you from underneath her lashes. You feel like you could drown in her eyes, and you know that she doesn't want you to leave. Her lips part as she inhales to tell you something that feels important. She cuts herself off at the last moment. Did an ad start?
Shouldn't be. Is there an ad playing for you?
Yeah, but it's in the corner.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's just a fucking them thing. Gary Ian. Oh. Ah, and this is how we get Unbreakable Bond. Oh, we also could have gotten it by hanging out with Emil. That's cute. I like how it's like, you can like have this like deep romance with Martha, or you can go hang out with the bro. Or you can go study, I guess. Nah, I'm hanging out with Martha. I've made my bed, I might as well lie in it.
Yeah. Not the heterosexual awakening.
Not the heterosexual awakening. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that there's any gay options in these games, but if there were, I wouldn't go with Emil anyway, because he's kind of a brat.
Only Tomas in the
Only
first game
Tomas
truly
has my
deserves.
heart.
You tell Emil that you'd rather spend some time with Martha. Your friend scoffs before returning to the noisy gaggle of girls, his steps a little unsteady. Left to your own devices, you and Martha sit down under the big oak tree. You're both silent for a while.
I want to tell you something, but I'm not sure if I should. I'd hate to ruin our friendship. It's just, tonight feels so magical, it's hard to keep quiet any longer. I have feelings for you. I don't know if you feel the same. I'm nowhere near as smart or noble as you. Why did I ever think you could fall for me? But I don't want to lose you.
Martha grip on your hand tightens. She gives you anxious, searching looks. You lace your fingers together, embarrassed, but you tell her that you do feel the same. You wouldn't be here otherwise. She's more important to you than anything else.
When Martha turns to you, her face ends up right next to yours. You can feel her breath on your lips. Your heart pounds in your chest so hard you can barely breathe, your mind filled with a whirlwind of thoughts. You close the last few inches and kiss Martha.
The kiss lingers as Martha slumps against your chest. She slides her hand up your shirt to caress your neck with cold fingertips. You press her tight against your body. She feels so small and fragile in your arms. You've never had anyone be so close to you. Do you think your FBI agent is like, oh God, like just in the background?
What the hell? You run your hands through her wild hair and pepper her face with kisses before daring to plant one on her collarbone. He's like in the background, he turns around, he's like, I fucking hate my job. This sucks. Pulls out a flask. Martha's breath comes in hot puffs, scalding your skin. The rest of the world around you fades away.
Does this count as injury to his person?
It's good, but if she leaves a hickey, I'm fucking killing her.
Eventually, Martha draws back and tenderly presses her cheek against her chest. The rustle of leaves above your head calms you down.
I want to be with you forever, Gary Ian. You and your scary bodyguard. If it's my fate to marry and have children, I want it to be with someone I trust. Someone who makes me feel good. You understand?
You imagine your life together. Martha will be your wife. She'll wear a summer dress embroidered with flowers around the house and welcome you home after a long day of work. You'll have children. You'll create the family you never had.
You gently press your lips against her forehead and trace a line down her soft neck. The dappled sunlight streaming down to the foliage feels warm on your skin. Martha leans more of her weight onto you, closing her eyes. Her breath evens out after a couple of minutes and you realize that she's fallen asleep in your arms. But you stay awake. You'd hate to miss even a single moment of this. You want it to stay like this forever.
Oh, so we're staying out under this tree the entire night? Awesome.
Awesome. I guess I'll sleep on the ground then.
Say that again. Hey, attachment. Let's go. We love.
Oh, and here we go. Coming of age, 16 years old. The end of our childhood.
11:32. Tempest. You are awoken by the quiet sound of footsteps outside your door. Cornelius enters your room, his face deathly serious. You sit up in your bed, rubbing the sleep from your eyes. You're about to ask the reason for the sudden visit, but your mentor beats you to the punch.
I thought it said beats you with a punch. It just starts fucking clobbering you in your sleep.
You decided to go have kissing time with a peasant. Time for your beating.
Yeah, how about you kiss my fist, you ingrate? Oh, you could say that again. Sorry, Milkshake. Reading is hard.
The common theme of these games.
Seriously.
Wake up, Guardian. The night of your making has come. You're no fool. I think you've worked out quite a lot of things by now. For instance, why you have no lot. I no one ever talks to you about your parents, or why we ARKNIANS have such a keen interest in you. I took you on as my mentee to prepare you for your real life, and you're finally ready.
Your mentor's figure looms over you like the ancient monster from the Tempest banners.
Jerian, you will be killed tonight.
Your heart skips a beat and your breath catches in your throat. This is clearly not a joke, but you struggle to wrap your head around what your mentor has just said. You want to object, but the words stick in your suddenly parched throat.
Your body had to grow and get strong enough to handle the blood tide. It will fill you, dissolve you. Today is the day of your death, and the day of your true birth, as an Archaean, and the heir to the Empire. Archaeans tend to keep their children behind closed doors until they're out of passage. There is no point in investing your time and effort in someone who will die in the blood tide, making their way for their real self. Blood is what grants Archaeans their strength, knowledge, and greatness. But I don't like to rely solely on blood. I wanted you to have the ability to withstand the tide. I felt it was important that you grow as a person, form your own opinions, have a will of your own.
Meow. We got to take a quick break because we do have ads playing. I don't want anyone to miss the story. So we're going to take just a quick moment. I'm going to go piss in the toilet. I'll be right back. I pee a lot because I drink a lot of seltzer. I'm so hydrated. Pissing in the toilet. You don't know that it's in the toilet. Maybe I'm pissing in the shower. Could be. Look at this guy.
Why?
Why?
Why would you do that?
Well, I don't know, but when I was a kid, I would sometimes just like pee in the shower and then run the water to make it go away rather than peeing in the toilet. Don't ask me why. I don't know.
Oh wait, it's like it was not like even like you were showering and those didn't feel like getting out of the
No,
shower.
correct.
You actively chose the shower.
Correct. I actively would choose to go to the shower and pee in the shower and then have to run the water to make the pee go away. I don't know why I did it, because when I was a kid, my shower was literally across from the toilet by like 2 feet. They were right next to each other. But sometimes I'd be like, I just want to shake it up a little bit, you know? This whole toilet thing is, been there, done that, you know what I mean?
What the thrill of making the choice.
Thrill, exactly. I needed to make my own decisions. It's important. All right, the ads are now over. We are good to go.
You had to be prepared for the future of the blessed Arcanian Empire. You are the son of Emperor Uther II. Your true name is Jerian Tempest.
Oh, wow, that's really ironic considering.
Let not the color of your skin fool you. You are not human like your friend Emil, nor bastard like your brother Ferdinand. Your mother Silvera gave you one of her lives. You are a pure-blooded Archaean, and those like you can take into themselves the legacy of the blood tide. Yerg.
Yerg.
I wanted the years you spent among humans to remain with you. You might know not only the arcane world, but also the human world. That the blood tide would not swallow you utterly, and some trace of the boy called Jerian would endure in the heir to the throne. I know you are frightened, but you do not want to die, and would rather be reborn in a common land far from the capital. Live somewhere in Magna, quarrel with your brothers, protect your sister, go to school with the neighbor boy, like El Bronte. But that is not your fate. That was the first game.
You already did that one time.
Must experience death and make way for Jerian Tempest. In this you have no choice. But I have done all I could do for you. I hope that, as heir, you will retain at least part of what I've taught you, Jerian.
You break out in a cold sweat as a shiver runs down your spine. Is there really nothing you can do? Is this really the end? Servants help you put on a strange, completely white garb before leading you after Cornelius. Your mentor is silent. The only sound that fills the empty hallways are your echoing footsteps.
Follow Cornelius, your legs weak as you descend to the winding staircase of the palace and enter the cold family crypt. You see stone columns looming in the shadows. Dragon statues bare their teeth at you. Torchlight flickers across the faces on the walls, the death masks of the Tempest, the great ancestors of your ruling family.
There is a large stone altar in a niche carved into one of the walls. Beside it stands Emperor Uther Tempest II, in the flesh. He holds a golden chalice and a lavishly decorated knife. You take an involuntary step backward, but Cornelius' strong hand on your shoulder prevents you from retreating any further.
Suddenly, an imposing ARKNIAN lady appears right next to you. You only catch a glimpse of her face, but it's enough to recognize her as Empress Sevilla, your mother. She grips your shoulder like a vice as she forces you to kneel at the altar. Your knees buckle without any resistance. You are powerless against this woman's surprising strength.
Emperor Uther drags the blade across his palm first. Blue blood wells up in his cupped hand, several droplets falling into the chalice. Mesmerized, you can only watch them bubble up and expand, spilling over like a tide. The stream of blood paints the entire altar blue.
Damn, we got color.
Yeah, we do. For the first, I think this is the only color we've ever really seen.
Yeah.
Wow.
As the Emperor lets his blood flow freely, the death masks on the walls open their mouths in silent screams. Blue blood pouring from their waxy maws and eye sockets. The ichor streams down the altar, cascading from the walls and columns and pooling on the floor by your knees.
Oh, Uther.
Let the blood tide accept my son, blood of my blood. Let my son become part of the Tempest blood tide.
Sevilla runs a gentle hand across your hair, or through your hair, but her grip turns punishing. She forces your head backwards. The Emperor holds his bloody knife to your throat. A scream of terror and pain is retched from somewhere deep inside you. You feel cold steel bite into your flesh, your hot red blood gushing down the front of your garment.
You choke, unable to scream or even breathe. Desperate hands press against the wound, but your strength leaves you with every passing second. Your body slumps onto the stone floor as its lifeblood pulses out of it.
You try to cry out, but the solid stream of blue Tempest blood fills your every orifice. The tide is so high, it covers you completely. You drown in its fathomless depths. All you can see is cold, blue void.
Something breaks inside of you as the wave strikes you. You're like a scrapped piece of clay in a potter's hands, squashed and reshaped by the power of the hundreds of generations contained in the blood tide. You hear whispers, the sound barely there at first. Other voices soon join the first. The sounds build up to a discordant cacophony, growing progressively louder. Your head pounds. The voices are tearing you apart.
Your ancestors demand that you open your mind to the blood tide, become one with it, disappear into it without a trace. Jerian must die. You are ARKNIAN now. You are Jerian Tempest. Your blood could grant you almost limitless power unless you resist.
Is sacrificing your entire life up to this point worth that kind of power? Do you value what has happened to you? Or was it just a means to an end? A path that has led you here? Do you have anyone you truly care about? Anyone worth fighting for? Or is melding with your ancestors, joining the blood tide that is your birthright, your only way forward? Mouse over the log segments. Oh, but we have it because we're cool.
Yeah.
I have someone worth fighting for. Scary Ian stands.
The blood tide rushes into you, shattering your identity into tiny pieces. Still, you refuse to be consumed by the visceral scream of other people's wills. You grasp at a shard of your memories until your mind focuses on the one that shines the brightest.
The kiss lingers as Martha slumps against your chest. She slides her hand up your shirt and caresses your neck with her cool fingertips. You press her tight against your body. She feels so small and fragile. You've never been this close to anyone before.
The tide keeps pulling tiny splinters of the memories out of your mind. Your ancestors' blood fights to consume you, to fill you to the brim. The voices wheedle, argue, make demands, but you stubbornly resist their will.
You pry the mental shackles open to hold onto your consciousness with all your might. You scream and dart around a bloody cage, striving to catch all the fragments of the past the tide is trying to take away from you. The memories are stuck in your soul's gaping wounds.
You can't bear to discard your human life as though it was some finished book. Ha, get it? Your past, your feelings, your ambitions, your triumphs and failures, all of it will stay with you forever. You will carry all your pain, all your experiences throughout your entire life. You will not forsake your very self.
The blood tide quiets down eventually, accepting your will. You draw a careful breath and get up from the floor.
You are Jerian Tempest, heir to the throne of the Archaean Empire. You carry the shadow of all the previous sovereigns in your blood, but deep down you are still the person you used to be. The blood time was unable to wipe him out entirely. You have become Archaean tonight, yet you remain human.
Aw, shit, a spark of humanity, achievement unlocked. Legacy of the Tempests 5. Okay, so now we get our thing. Oh, and our will versus our blood. Ooh. Your ability to stay true to your own desires and strive for personal freedom versus your tendency to remain faithful to tradition and obey your ancestors. And I believe, yes, your childhood is over, as is your previous life. You have died and been reborn. What will your life look like now that you are an ARKNIAN and the heir to Great House Tempest? You don't know, but you're eager to start this new chapter of your story, spurred on by your dreams and aspirations. I think that brings us, knowledge and abilities. These are our ending stats. We have 2 in management and diplomacy, but man, are we fucking smart. You completed the first chapter and learned your true name, and we will end that there today. Neil, thank you for joining me. That was super fun.
Yeah.
Really, really big fan. This really does play a lot like the first game, and I mean that as a total compliment. I was a little worried that it would feel different playing the sequel, but it's like coming home. The writing is still super, super fantastic. I think that the writing is a little faster paced in this one, but I think that I like it, and that might just be a holdover from the fact that it's the first childhood sort of bit, but it felt a little snappier and a little more like we kind of got to the point quicker than you do in Sir Bronte. And I think that the pacing works really well for the story of someone whose childhood kind of gets erased from them in a single moment. I think that works really well. And they didn't take too long with trying to explain the world. I feel like they did a good job of being like, this is the rules of the world. You're in it. Good luck. Have fun.
Yeah, especially
which I
because
like.
It's a sequel. Like
Exactly, they don't have to-
You get to do less explaining. Like you want to keep enough in case people forget like the
Yeah.
big things, but overall it's just like go 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 go.
Yeah, absolutely. This was super fun. Thank you so much for joining me, Neil. Is there anything you would like to say before I go on break?
I have been your co-reader, Neil. I wrote some D&D adventures at one point under the moniker Random Roads. They're on the DM's Guild and Itch if you want to look at them.
Yeah, if you have a
At
link,
one
feel
point
free to
I
put
did
it in
stream,
the chat.
but I don't really do that anymore. But you could also go there technically.
It is the channel does exist. You can go there. No one will stop you.
Correct.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
and I will talk to you later, and hopefully we'll get to do this again next week.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Bye.
Bye. I miss Neil. Nice. I am back from girlfriend time. Well, you missed out on us having our throat slit, so you're the loser here. All right, I am going to take a break because my wife just got home and I need to eat some food. So I'm going to do that. And then when I get back, did we die? Well, we got better and we're fine. It turns out that we are an ARKNIAN who is the descendant of like big high important guy. Endacopia came out. No idea what that is. That means nothing to me. I'm not sure what we're gonna do when I get back. I might RimWorld for a bit, maybe a little RimWorld before we go to Final Fantasy for the sort of the rest of the stream. But I haven't gotten to play RimWorld in a little while, so I kind of want to do that before we switch to